Why do 90% of hackers swear by CounterSurveil? Let's dive in and find out. In the labyrinthine world of cyberspace, every click leaves a trace. But with CounterSurveil, you become the unseen. Our podcast takes you deep into the heart of hacking, where firewalls crumble and secrets unravel. From white hat heroes to shadowy code warriors, we cover the spectrum. Join us on Iron Geek, your portal to mastering the art of stealth and strategy. Discover the tools, the tricks, and the tales that define the modern hacker. Tune in and transform from a curious novice into a digital legend. This is CounterSurveil. Unmask the unknown.
Tune into the sound waves, secrets of the dark maze, dark codes in the nighttime, information, no lines. We're free in the spotlight, chatting through the late night. Smart contracts are lying, auditing, verifying. CounterSurveil in my ear, security we engineer. Learn the truth, don't disappear. CounterSurveil, we're right here. Crypto dreams and data streams. Listen close, it's closer than it seems. Fix the flaws, see through the smog. CounterSurveil, join the blog.
Hello and welcome to the CounterSurveil podcast. I am Havoc, your host, here with Sledge, CrowdStrong, AltKey, and our very special guest, DatapleX. Sledge, why don't you take it from here?
Yeah, so I've been talking to DatapleX over a couple other little security channels over the last few weeks, and we had some interesting conversations, and I figured he'd be a good guy to have on and just kind of chit-chat, talk about the hacker scene and what our experiences have been, and maybe tell some stories and see how it goes.
Sounds good. DatapleX, why don't you give yourself a little intro?
You're on mute, friendo.
Do you have a computer, bro?
Listen, my kid told me to get on here. Is there a discount code? Oh. No,
It's
I've been
31337.
Yeah.
Him, officer, him. It was that guy.
If you hit Alt F4, I hear it actually pops that up. Yeah. Wow, I got my first computer from my grandfather in '94 and got online and immediately got to getting into basically breaking the Tonka truck of the internet,
Nice.
Yeah, so I was involved in a lot of stuff that was fun and influenced my career and the community I hang out in. And then I disappeared for a while for some, family time. I went cybersecurity. And that means a couple divorces and all that good stuff. And here I am. So I guess that was a crappy intro. That's just what I got. I have to work on it.
Well then,
What was
welcome.
your first computer?
Oh, it's a 386 with a DX, IBM, actual IBM hardware. So my
Nice.
grandfather was a doctor. Yeah. So he got all the good stuff.
God,
The
I feel
IBM
young.
Aptiva. Oh boy.
That's older than me.
Man, I don't know if I would want that one back. I'd want to go up to the 486, honestly. It was a little smooth.
Yeah, with the turbo button.
Yep.
Oh yeah, my Dell
Wait.
had one of those.
Those weren't just on
Gateway.
Blackberries. Like there were turbo buttons on like actual computers.
Yeah,
You
My
have
old
to be
Gateway
fucking
had one.
kidding me.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it did, but there was the button.
Pretty
Did
sure
it do
I have my old.
anything?
I'm pretty sure I have my old Aptiva in my workshop somewhere. If I'm being honest with you.
I got one in my attic.
Nice.
Do we go check to see if the turbo button still works? Like, can we speed this up a little bit? Just a little bit, just a little bit,
Does it like do anything? Like does the
Yeah.
button like actually do something, or is it like the elevator close door button that doesn't actually do anything but just makes you feel better?
That computer's so old, the freaking tools to monitor that probably don't even run.
Mm-hmm.
See if it's working.
Actually, they just dropped support for x86 out of Cali, right? So
Yeah.
I
Yep.
think we did just end of life that.
2024.
I guess
Four.
if you could,
Final call.
Put a frozen pizza on top of the machine and hold down the turbo button and see if the pizza actually works. That might be a way to indicate if it's working.
There you go. That's it. That's
Hold
way.
down the
yeah.
button. Is my Dogecoin going to mine any faster?
One Dogecoin, 20 million years. Like freaking archaeologists be wondering what mathematical processes that thing was running.
You told me Monero mines faster on CPU. This 486 isn't doing anything.
They just find
You
a.
could still, you know, but to be fair, you could still walk into like a little convenience store out in the, you know, like the middle of nowhere, and there's a 486 just covered in dust, running some DOS, like, you know, little register program or something still.
And when it goes down, the store goes down, and then they sell it to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. The sad part is my dad he bought us a convenience store, and that hit a little close to home there. Yeah.
Maybe we should.
Did you have to replace the POS terminal when you got there?
I did, yeah.
That's why you got it.
Oh, y'all are gonna you're gonna kick me off the show if I tell you what I replaced it with, though.
I mean,
What'd
they
you
stand
replace it
for
with?
POS, so I mean, piece of shit POS. Like, it can't be much worse, dude.
Intuit, yeah, the Intuit POS system.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Was it intuitive?
No.
To
That
be
was a
quite
real hard
frank,
lesson.
that was
Intuition.
That was a good lesson in like exactly how far people, you know, that are not technical, where their limits are. It's right there at the front, right at the keyboard.
I was at what was it? Not Black Hat. It was B-Sides. I think 2023, and they in Vegas. And this dude brought all this old retro hardware there, and I'm playing with it, and you like play Wolfenstein and all that. And I realized it boots up just like my dad's old computer did, and it goes up into runs autoexec.bat, and then it loads a menu.txt file, and it's got, you know, press 1 to do this, 2 to do that. So I replaced the menu.txt and instead had to go into QBasic program I whipped up on the spot that just flashed different colors on the screen and made it look like that old computer had ransomware, which was
oh man, was that the Whiskey Pirate crew? C. Prasu, he would always bring that old hardware.
It could have been. I don't remember the guy's name, but it was fun. And then he yelled at me and made me fix it. Put it back. Like, okay, I'll put it back.
My favorite thing that we still have, my girlfriend has a shirt that says, "Shut up and get in. We're going to go die of dysentery." If you know, you know.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think this LilyGo little T deck might actually have as much processing power as that old 486.
I think you're correct.
Yep.
I wonder if it'll run Oregon Trail if you try really hard.
Well, I mean,
As long as it can run Doom.
They do have little screens on them. We may be able to do that. Actually, that'd be pretty funny.
I made a Bitcoin ATM run Doom once. That was fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
But no, to your point, that LilyGo, I'm pretty damn sure there is a thing of Doom that'll run on it.
That'd be
nice.
wild.
I got mine and I was playing with it.
I want
you got one?
Yeah, one of these days I'll actually program it to how it's supposed to be. But
Oh, what is that? That's the little thumb
US
drive thing.
Yeah, the USB switchblade is what we were looking at.
the one with the actual screen on it, which is pretty cool.
It is. If I ever get around to actually making it work right, it's
they are kind of complex.
Man,
want one.
I am old, aren't I? I don't have cool gadgets here right now, so I'll just have. I do have cool suspenders on. I like suspenders now. So yeah.
I've got a quote.
The
I'll
coolest
suspend
thing,
my disbelief.
the coolest thing about these LilyGos is that hidden SD card right there in the USB port. I thought that was pretty neat.
It took me so long to figure out where the hell the freaking card went. I
Yeah,
was like,
I had to
where the hell's it go? I had to Google it. Fun times.
It's like cheeky bastards.
Oh, Altkey, I found this in the closet. This is the old, the very old Nano pineapple. You want me to shoot this to you too? I'm gonna send you the new one, but I'm gonna send you the old
My
one too.
God.
Hey, I have that one.
Yes, please. The last one, the last
not work.
eBay incident.
The one that that guy.
The
For
dude
all intents and
smashing.
purposes, Kinko, fuck himself.
We should put him on blast. You should put that listing up here and tell
I would
people
say
to
that
go
guy
there.
could go fuck himself for all intents and
Right.
purposes, but he sounds like he might actually enjoy it.
We're
I would
we're
not want
actually
that.
we're just gonna we're gonna outdo him. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll send him a
Alt and I've got
dick butt.
plan. Alt and I've got a plan. Don't worry.
Oh yeah,
So-
speaking of, I need to send that over. Thank you very
If-
much, CrowdStrong.
If-
I completely
you're-
forgot.
If you're gonna sell a pineapple clone on eBay, at least make sure that the antennas have the firmware
Fucking
to work.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You know, it's like, or at
And
least
don't market it as a
include
version
an
it's
antenna
not.
with the USB port. Don't like just sell it. That's lame ass shit.
Or make sure the
Mm.
frequencies of the antenna match the output of the radio.
As I was
It's so-
discussing things with him.
That's so. I'm gonna take it back retro because I remember not being able to have certain crystals right in the car. That to make like a red box, right?
Yep.
So, and so we're
Ah.
here talking about shit like just it's mail like a Wi-Fi pineapple, right? It seems like we go back and forth on that one.
The guy admittedly in our conversations together described his knowledge of this as non-existent because he didn't use these devices. So what he did was he bought some stuff off of AliExpress and just flashed Marauder on it.
Yeah.
So, you know,
And then got on
Cool.
to us for not knowing what we're
and
doing.
he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. It's great. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. So
Mhm.
you know,
Speaking
we love
of
that.
Marauder, I saw a clip today that apparently they've got a in the Bluetooth scanner part of it, you can actually detect the skimmers on ATMs with it now, which is what Delta was
No
trying to
shit.
build.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Drop
I'll
a
send you the
link.
video. I'll just fucking play the link. I sent it to Delta.
Yeah,
this
play
morning,
it.
so-
Wow. I've had some really weird
talking about with
interactions.
the flipper at this point. Yes.
Yeah, with that, right? Because I go up and I check, of course, and then they're like, "Are you trying to steal that pin pad? Like, what's going on here?" I'm like, no, I'm just checking
I
to see
walked
if
off
somebody
with
else
one.
messed with it.
No,
you
no,
know?
man. You fake out. You fake out. You
So-
get a badge, but like it's like poorly drawn in crayon. That says
Right.
none of your business or none of your damn business or something.
Didn't Patrick
We
Star
had a
have
guy
one of
on
those?
here. We had a guy on here about a month ago that was talking about his company, and there's a ability to do this. But if Marauder can do it, this is what I was asking him about.
okay,
Can you
alright.
do it on a consumer level?
Yeah, look, it's Marauder on the
Mhm.
flipper,
Yeah, the flipper.
and
This is not the Marauder I was referring to, by the way. But
That is
man.
freaking cool.
Nice.
yeah, man.
yeah, that is nice. I
Flip the planet.
I need to get another
No, this is
get
protect
more
the planet.
gadgetry for my my flipper.
I mean, or
Yeah.
use this and
Yeah.
then
My
Wow.
my
Y'all-
poor
Y'all follow
flipper,
Sasquatch?
like Sassy to Sasquatch.
Yeah, he did. Well, I don't know. He does the talking Sasquatch, right? That does a lot of the Marauder and the like
No,
flipper
Oh.
mod boards and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm aware of him.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm taking one of his kits and adding another antenna to it, and then I've actually I'm trying to incorporate it into like, and I don't play football or anything, so it's going to look a little bit awkward, but like a sleeve, basically, like a a quarterback sleeve or something.
Hmm.
So
not a bad idea. Yeah, mine's in pieces at the moment, unfortunately.
I've seen
I
some power glove
had
integrations.
some issues with it. I bet we could probably put together an ESP like 8266 or 32 with that NRF chip that does the radio, and maybe make it compatible with the flipper. It's like it's not unique hardware really. So I wonder if you could build something that like lowered the cost.
A lot of the things that I was researching through all of this nonsense that Alt and I went through with that guy on eBay, a lot of that shit runs off ESP32, and all that code's out there. If we wanted to go like, I don't know, figure something out on our own. I also have a number of ESP32s here because I just have them on hand because
For all the projects you started and never finished.
Oh, actually, those were intended to run lights in here, so I don't have this fucking problem I've got now. But
watch out! I'm gonna go bust my QCat out in a minute.
Nice.
I'm still gonna write a better POS system and scanner.
there you go. That's it. That's
Well, one time Sledge was doing a pen test and he mapped a cash register and it popped open.
Oh yeah, you can open the freaking cash drawer.
Yeah.
Because I opened it up to figure out why it was happening, they have this speaker that makes the ding noise hooked up to the mechanical lever that opens the cash register. So instead of a ding, you get an open. So like that ding comes from when they print the receipt. The receipt printer sends that signal to the motor to open the drawer. So if you scan it on port 9001 or 9002, it gets a bunch of gibberish. Your receipt looks like a random bunch of gibberish from an Nmap scan, and then
Ransom
it opens
note.
the freaking door. And I was talking to some other guys in all our other groups, and they were like, yeah, this has been around for a long time. Nobody seems to want to fix it. That's how everybody does it.
What would you call that if you had to like reclassify it, like stenography, right? Like what would you call that?
Steganography.
Like cachography, or like like embed an image in the receipt, by just spamming it with garbage.
All you got to do is tickle it. It doesn't even matter.
That's what she said.
That's right. You touch it and it opens.
Mine was 20,000 pounds though. I think 2.5 tons. So
We all have those nights at DEF CON, friends.
No, I guess war story time, right? I would.
Oh wait, I was
yeah.
gonna say, what do we want to specifically talk about? I was thinking like DEF CON stories.
Always fun for DEF CON
Have we all been to
stories.
DEF CON? You been to DEF CON, Data?
A couple times, a few times.
All right, let's start with you then. What's your favorite memory, story, whatever from DEF CON?
Oof. I guess I'm gonna forget where it was. I think it was the Riviera, so that would have been like 13.
Mhm.
And that was my first DEF CON, and it was I wasn't one. I was on the fence every year about running away because I was underage at the time. So like that was the first year I was adult enough to go out there myself. Got out there and unprepared, and I'm from the scene, right? And I walk in, and there's an ATM there. I'm like, right. But watching people walk up to this, and I'm in line, so I'm walking, and I look over, and there's no wires in this thing. There's nothing connected to anything anywhere. And like 2 days later, they carted it off, right? It was so I don't know. It looked like a plant. I've heard other things, but that was just the first like, okay, you're actually here. This is where everybody comes to really play with their toys and learn and or pull one over. So
I'm brain farting on the guy's name, but that was the year that the dude gave the ATM hacking talk, where he made it spit out cash and play a video like do 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 do.
Oh, is that Barnaby Jack's talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, Barnaby Jack.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember that song. That was a good one.
I was in front row for that one.
Oh man, I remember being really pissed that my friend called me when I was in the middle of the talk when they were demoing Bloodhound at DEF CON, and he's like, you got to come here. And I came out there and I missed the rest of the talk, and all they wanted to do was just shoot the shit. I thought there was something important going out, and I missed that talk on it. And I was like, Well, LobbyCon is fun too.
Yeah.
Yep. LineCon all day, sometimes 2-3 days.
So,
yeah, my other go ahead.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, you go ahead. You're the guest.
No, I guess my other, I was thinking because you get put on the spot, right? And I freeze. So my other favorite story there, we were at the, I guess that was the Rio. We walked from the Rio almost all the way down to New York, right? And we're drinking and having a good time. It's probably 5 or 6 of us, and then behind us is like a group of 20 folks from Anon, right? And so it's that's
lovely.
cool. Yeah, I just gotten married, so I'm there with a bunch of people from the scene, and behind us is a bunch of people wearing the Guy Fawkes mask and stuff, and then my wife was absolutely clueless about any of this, so I'm just trying to like keep a straight face and like it's cool, right? And we get to New York, and somebody was like, "Why did we walk 3.5 gazillion miles?" And he just stepped in the road with $100 bill and like threw it at this taxi and was like, "Get me to that hotel faster than these idiots." And there's another one on the way. And man, so this dude, he cut across the median, went through the parking lot, like jumped a curb and hit the Planet Hollywood taxi line going about 90 miles an hour. I was like, that's right.
Checks out.
Yeah.
Checks out.
Yeah.
Man, I was just telling the story about I was late to the airport. I handed the Uber driver $60 cash, and I was like, "Do whatever you got to do to get me there." And he's going through medians.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, Altke,
I,
what's your favorite?
So I have two. One is one of the taxi driver stories where it was my first DEF CON, and my taxi driver ended up going to my next two DEF CONs.
Yeah.
Because after talking to him about what DEF CON is in the car, like I even fucking knew, but after talking to him about it, he's just like, wait, why am I not there? Like, this sounds like my thing. He has a great job now. It's doing good. Great life. Good on him. But I think the most iconic DEF CON story of mine was the monorail story, which I can't tell live. So I'll tell the second most iconic story of MGM security and me. Which happened immediately after the monorail story. So it was first DEF CON. I was crossfaded in like 6 different directions. Several drinks in, having a great time. Whoa, I live in Vegas now. This is awesome. Had a job out there. Life was great. And I was staying at the MGM this one particular time because I'm like, I don't want to deal with Ubers and all that. But got a good deal. Everything was awesome. And I was getting back from DEF CON. It was like 4 a.m. I'm effed up. I am so effed up, I can't figure out how to use the Google app. So in other words, I had a really good time. And I'm like, okay, I'm a little 5'2" girl, and this is 4 a.m. in Vegas, and I'm off strip. How am I getting back to my, hotel at the MGM? Oh, balls. So I'll fast forward to the bit where I managed to make it back to where I can actually hop the monorail. And also pass over the parts that are incriminating online. But I get on the
just
monorail.
Say Bob and Alice did it.
Yeah, I get on the monorail with Bob and Alice, and that door was totally unlocked, and the monorail totally runs at 4 a.m. every single time. Don't ask any questions. And I get off the monorail in the MGM. I'm going through the doors, and there's a security guard, and he's like, ma'am, what are you doing? That is closed. I'm like, no, it's not. He's like, yes, it is. It's 4 a.m. I'm like, it's like 6 a.m. He's like, that's an Eastern. What the hell? And he's like, you didn't leave a bomb or anything on there, did you? I'm like, no. Have you seen my phone?
I took a deuce, but
yeah, right. He's like, how high are you? 3rd floor, and I point at the 2nd floor side. Dude escorts me back to my room, and he's just like, oh god, okay, well, she's harmless, obviously. I wake up and I don't really remember what happened. It was also my birthday because yay, DEF CON. But I get a call in the morning and I'm like, oh, this is weird. They don't usually do that. It's him. He's like, you didn't OD, did you? Like, you're still breathing, right? I would feel really bad if you weren't. Anyways, we're DEF CON buddies now. TLDR, after he saw that and saw what totally didn't happen to the monorail, he's decided that DEF CON was for him. Dude's a SOC analyst now. Good on him.
Based.
I do have a lot of, I can't tell a lot of stories, but the one I can tell, I got there, was DEF CON 21. And I flew out there. I didn't have a hotel or anything. I was between jobs. And an old friend from like high school, we went and saw The Matrix together. Met on IRC and like, met, from other opposite sides of the city. And so he came over to my house, but he's like a taller guy. And so it's one of those situations where I invited a stranger from the internet over to my house, and this guy unfolds out of the car, and my mom just looked at me like, we're going to get murdered? Like, what? But he had a suite up at Caesars, and he was there for Black Hat. And he was like, hey, I'm just going to extend my room, and you can crash here, right? I was like, awesome. So the most I remember about that was I was working on a double Jack and Coke, and somebody knocked it out of my hand, and so of course you got to replace it, right? So I basically slammed 2 of those back to back and got to feel in a good way, and I was like, all right, I maybe go home, for a little bit. And I remember just sitting in the casino, watching these two guys that were. One guy was like he's sitting at a slot machine, just absolutely obliterated, and his buddy's trying to get him back to the room, but he's lighter weight, so he would grab his arm and pull him up, and the guy would stand up, and then like stay. It was a circular reference. I was watching a computer work in the real. So he just figured to swing him around. The guy would sit back down, and he would be like, oh. And they did that like 30 times. It was amazing. So I went back up to his room, and I was supposed to interview with him for a job like the next week. And I remember like him waking me up and being like, I need you to move. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, well, you threw up all over my bathroom floor and you're blocking the door and I can't get in. So
Did I get the job?
I did get the job.
You got the job.
That's one of those good ones where like if you can just really just like land it, naked ass up and just hey, there's nowhere to go but up from here. Like I've got lots of success runway here.
There you go.
Hey, similar story. I was drunk as shit at the bar at DEF CON 2009, I believe it was. No, it would have been.
And every year since
2011.
then.
Yeah. But out of nowhere, like I'm talking shop with guys like we're doing now, and this random guy, like old creepy dude's like, hey, come here. And I was like, what's up?
That was the Captain Crunch.
And he's like, you want a job? I was like, sure.
I think
So
so
then
too old for Captain Crunch.
And then I move to Atlanta, work for IBM. And that guy was Kyvenhoven, dude.
Damn, that was hell yeah, Kive. Dude,
If it were Captain Crunch, you would have gotten a back rub and a hand job.
that's he's a creepy old dude. So that's the first person that came to mind.
Yeah, but I'm like, isn't Sledge out of his like ideal? Like Sledge ain't a twink.
Ideal, however, anything.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Nickerson invited me to this thing up on the top floor of one of the hotels with Kevin Mitnick was there and like a whole bunch of other cool fucking hacker dudes were there. And I show up and I got a big like 2 liter of Diet Pepsi that I was carrying around with me. And I'm sitting in a chair and we're watching like somebody demo their talk. And I go to open the Diet Pepsi, and it just explodes all over me in front of this room of like all the people I respect most in the world. And I just kind of look at myself, and I look up, and I see Kevin kind of just turn around and kind of smirk, and just turn right back and look back at the talk. Was not acknowledged. I'm like, damn. It was fun.
Social engineering attempt failed.
Wrong kind of bomb to drop. Sorry, dude.
Oh, it's great.
My favorite DEF CON story, and I love to tell this one, is so the first DEF CON I went to was in 2016, and I was just in IT. I didn't know shit about anything at that point in time, not really from this side of the wall, if you will. And so I had a friend of mine who was in the industry at the time, working for I think an airline. I'm pretty sure it was an airline at the time. Anyway. So
let's call it Delta for argument's sake.
Yeah, sure. We'll call it Delta for argument's sake. So we kind of ride on his coattails. It's me and a couple other people who've never really been in the security industry, just the IT guys of the world. And so he's like, hey, I'm going to reach out to my guys that said they wanted to take me to dinner, and we're all going to go to dinner. And all right, cool. So they tell us to meet them, text him, and tell him to meet him at the MGM, the interest in the MGM. We go to the MGM. We sit there for, 30, 45 minutes, and they don't show up. Cool. All right. So he reaches out to them again, trying to figure out where they're at. They're like, oh, well, meet us in the front of the Hard Rock Cafe. Cool. All right. The Hard Rock Hotel. Neat. So we roll over to the Hard Rock, and probably 10 minutes later, you have this bald dude, stark-ass bald dude, and his entourage roll up and use my buddy's government name, which is at that point we knew who we were looking for. Cool. And he's like, hey, can my friends come with us to dinner? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. But come to find out, this is the CISO and his entourage from FireEye, who had just been bought out by, I don't remember who bought them back then, but that was had to be 16, I think. Anyway,
yeah, like Trellix, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Anyway, so they were having a big old fucking party because that's just what they did. So he sits. Bald guy asks us, "Hey, where do you guys want to go to dinner?" And I'm like, all I came for was a big old steak. I wanted a big old fuck you steak. I didn't care what it cost me. That's what I told my guys. He goes, "We'll go to the steakhouse, not anything, just the steakhouse." I'm like, "All right, cool. That sounds vague and ominous." Not having been to Vegas in my life before, so they usher us into taxi cabs, and it's me and another sysadmin guy and somebody else who actually had a security background in one of the cabs with the entourage people. We didn't get with the bald guy. They went in another cab with my buddy who knew him and all that jazz. And they grilled the shit out of us, man. They did. They grilled the shit out of us. And I'm like, I'm just an IT guy. I don't really have anything to offer here. I'm doing some vSphere shit on the side. I don't know what you guys do. I don't know about firewall. Now I knew a little bit. I had a degree in security and some other things at the time, but I wasn't worth anything to them at that point. So we pull up to Circus, which if you've never seen and are scared of clowns, which I am not normally, is an old dilapidated circus tent. And when you go in, it smells like sad clown piss.
It looks like
probably is.
And if you travel down the street, you'll find sad.
And I'm like, boys, we're gonna fucking die. We're gonna become the steak. It's us. We're gonna get eaten for it. Fuck. Call my parents and tell them I love them. Right?
It's recycled food.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck. We're gonna die. So, adding to the air of, oh my god, we're gonna die, they lead us in this back dark hallway. We're actually gonna die, boys. This is not gonna end well. So we turn a corner and you just have this little doorway that says the steakhouse. Nothing else. The steakhouse, right? So we walk in and walls are lined with velvet. Oh, how in the fuck did we get here? Okay, dude, the guy at the door is dressed in a tuxedo. I mean, it's super nice. You smell it; it smells good. Hopefully, not very human-like. I wouldn't know what burning flesh. Well, I kind of do some. Anyway, been some weird places.
Clowns are gonna eat me.
We've fixed that error.
Living in a hospital, you find out a lot about the human body. Anyway, so we get back in, and beautiful place. Stuffed animals on the wall, like mounted deer heads and things like that. Beautiful place. Massive pit in the middle of the room. If you've ever been to the steakhouse, beautiful place. So we go to work our way into a corner booth with our buddies, and my buddy, who is trying to push me and the other guy who was a sysadmin into the security role, are like, nope, you could go sit with these guys, and put us at the table with bald guy and his entourage. So it's bald guy and a woman and two other guys and me and the other guy, me and the other sysadmin. They're sitting together. So they take and grill all the crap. They grill us for most of the dinner, and a couple of the bangers there. Let's see. I took a couple of notes that night because they were good. The FSUF, they talked about the Fuck Shit Up Fund. Don't catch Pokemon while playing blackjack, because we were talking about Pokemon Go a lot. We were talking about hacking it at the time. Something of a beef thief.
The GPS hack.
I sexually identify as a homemade machine gun. And those are some good ones. Okay, so bald guy, who I still do not know who he is at this point in time. He gets pretty sloshed. We order our meal. They bring me out the biggest fucking prime rib I think I've ever seen. It's massive and it's so goddamn good. I dream of that prime rib. Anyway, so they're getting pretty shmammered. And at some point, he starts clapping like a seal and barking like a seal. It's pretty funny. They're back and forth with us. We're just bantering, whatever. So the end of the meal comes. They're like, do you want dessert? And I'm like, no, thank you. So the woman beside him says, we have this thing we do every time. We share a dessert. All right, that's a little strange, but whatever. No big deal, right? So she gets a tiramisu. And takes a fork, takes a bite of the tiramisu, and I figure she's going to pass the tiramisu around. No, she does not pass the tiramisu around. She takes a bite. After she takes the bite with her fork, she takes the fork and feeds it to the next person. I'm like, fuck. This is about to get really weird. This is about to get really weird.
Spit swapping makeout match.
But
Pre-COVID.
but I've lived in a hospital. I've done much worse, right? Cool. All right. Fuck. So she gets around to me. I take the bite. It's whatever. Fuck it. We're done here. And she gets around the rest of the table. They finish off the tiramisu. So I'm like, all right. So I've got to ask you, when did you start this tradition? She goes, tonight. Got you, bitch. I'm like, fuck. Absolutely well done. You win. That was absolutely phenomenal. And I was not prepared for it. But everybody else played along extremely well. So me and the other guy, we got, and that's fine, whatever. They were really good sports. So
we used to her shit.
Not the end of the story. So we ended up getting invited to the party that they were throwing, because remember, they had just got bought out and they were partying like motherfuckers. They were in the real world suite. I can't ever say that. Real world suite at the Hard Rock. So they had a big old party up from where we came from. So they ushered us back. We got in and we're kind of poking around, met some really cool people. They're lead analysts and such. Remember FireEye. So there's a bathroom, and it's got a window, this window that opens up to Vegas, and you see a lot of the massive hotels in the back. Well, there's this guy, this big jack-looking motherfucker is standing there and won't let anybody in the bathroom because the window doesn't have any like bars or anything on it. They don't want anybody to get drunk, fall out the window. Okay, cool. So we sit and talk back and forth with the guy, and we're like, hey man, you should totally let us take a picture, because just a big selfie, because it's me and 5 of my guys. There are 6 of us. So I'm like, you should let us take a picture, because this would be the most like epic picture I could think of, right? He's like, no man, I can't let you do that. Sorry, you guys got to go, whatever. So we start talking to the bald guy, and we're like, hey man, this would be the most epic fucking picture. You should absolutely come and get this guy to let us take a picture. And he goes, yeah, sure. Remember, he's blitzed off his ass. Yeah, sure. Only if you let me take the picture with you. I mean, who am I to say no? So not only did we get a picture with him, we got a picture with the guard too. And I will show you that. See if I can show this. We're going to attempt to share this. Which one am I doing? I want this one. That's what I want. And this is that. This is me and my buddies in the real world suite bathroom. There's the city, and this is the guy that was sitting beside me over here.
I've got so many pictures that look just like that.
Yeah, this guy over here was the one that was sitting with me. And then here's the bald CEO, and this is the guard guy. And we all got pretty plastered that night, and it was a fantastic time.
That
but
guard
man,
looks like he's having the best shift of his life.
that is by far my favorite story to tell. And because I thought I was gonna die, and then I totally didn't. I made a lot of good friends, and we had a great time. So yeah, DEF CON's fucking awesome, and if you haven't gone, do it.
Dude, I've got so many stories. I don't even know where to start.
I'm gonna pivot into something because I could war story all day.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with somebody new that we got all these awesome stories, and you go out to DEF CON and it's happened to me because I've been 3 times 10 years apart basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Let me
the
answer
magnitude of that event, and
yes,
either having the history and how this all works, or just being like, I'm gonna get shit faced and forgetting in Vegas.
So I like to do. So when I first started 14 years ago, I was working for Black Hat, and a guy by the name of Brad Nice, or quote unquote the nurse, took me under his wing and just walked me around the conference, trying to break my shy ass and introduce me to all these big dogs. And like, look, these are real people. You can talk to them about anything. Be like, hey, what kind of dog do you like? What do you like, chocolate milk or normal milk? Whatever. Just say hi, introduce yourself, start a conversation. And now I start to do that
next year.
Yeah, and I start to do that with and I start to do that with new guys too, because it's like, hey, don't be shy. Just everybody's willing to help. They want to talk to you. Yeah, the community's mostly like 95% chill, and most people want to help. every now and then you find those gatekeepers and snakes in the grass, but most of
That's
them
why
are
we exist. to make
excited
sure
to
that-
help. So in doing so, I've gotten literally 50 people hired in doing so far.
Let's go. Let's go.
Nice.
Good stuff, dude.
Hmm.
We love that.
And may I add, so I have a lot of students. I ran a student org for a while. I still mentor heavily. And a lot of those students will go to DEF CON for the first time after hearing the stories and all the legends and all the stuff. The best thing I have found to do is rope them into my bullshit. If I'm planning a party, or if I'm just like planning on, I don't know, getting fucking wasted and riding the monorail and offering rando people on the monorail beer, because I did that last year. Just I don't know why.
I totally didn't have vodka in my Camelback.
Setting up the portable,
There you go.
portable
Yeah.
bar.
Just like just random civilians like want a beer. It's like just people just randomly on the monorail, just like trying to commute to work and shit. Want a beer? And no one said no. Like, if I'm just doing whatever, if I'm, outside of DEF CON exploring space, or if I'm inside the building a day early trying to social engineer myself through the guards just to see if I can, I'm roping the young ones into this shit and just letting them learn full force.
Yep.
Because the worst thing about DEF CON
Newbie Chew, I call you.
Exactly, newbie chew, I call you. Like, my first DEF CON was actually kind of dog shit, because first of all, I'm a woman, so I'm already different than everyone else there, just about. But also, there was a lot of me being shy and nervous, because I'm just a shy, nervous person. So I didn't really find a crew until like my third DEF CON. I didn't really enjoy DEF CON till my third one, because my first two, I had no one roping me into chaos.
Yeah, we're
And
gonna get into some
That was
fucking
not
trouble
my
this year, and I'm
problem.
Oh,
elated
man.
about it, man.
Like, so rope the
Ah.
youngins into the chaos is what I do. Like, I always have a group of newbies surrounding me at DEF CON, usually about 10 to 15.
Make sure you can run faster than them.
Yeah, not only that, but make sure you can trip them so the guards get them first. There's no way you're going to have 15 guards on
You
your ass.
don't
at
have to
once,
be the
but
fastest. You just have to not
All right.
be the slowest.
Tell them to run left, you run right.
You guys are going to have to let me tell some stories, because
Yep.
when you just said the word crew, that brings up another story that I was going to tell. So I used to work for Black Hat, right? And I was team lead with like 6 of us. And everybody else went and changed their clothes. I was still working, so I was still in my hacker shit. And we go to another convention that was going on at the same time. It was some pet company conference that was going on at the same time in the hotel in Caesars. And we all spun up fake LLCs real quick to get badges to go in.
What year was that?
And we started talking to the security guard, and he gave us a tour around, and they let us walk around like it was stupid. But that was the year I got fired from DEF CON because somebody put it on Facebook. And the manager found out. I was like, whoops.
Was it you?
Whoops.
Was it you who put it on Facebook?
Probably.
Dude, slop sack.
I was like, I was off the clock. Who cares? I mean, the other thing with the RVs was worse. It wasn't me, I swear. But there was this other group, wink, that was going through this RV convention, touring RVs, and the keys were still in ignition, and they would pull them out of the ignition and throw them in the freezers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep.
Yep, I hear they had a lot of fun. And I liked the biggest challenge, like the funnest challenge, was before the Hacker Parties website became a thing to where you could get all your tickets and register and everything. We would sneak into parties. And some of the cool ones was I would have a bunch of friends that have never been to Vegas before come hang out, because me and a bunch of my friends, we work for Black Hat and DEF CON, so we can pick our rooms. So we'd always get a spare bed and let people stay with us for free. So we would have party passes to get into, say, Rapid 7. So we would go into Rapid 7, take our passes off, put it in my coat, and tell the security guard to hand it to that lady so she can, quote, take it back to the room, and then all our friends just get in. It was awesome.
Nice.
I was hanging outside the pool party without a pass, and I just waited for somebody to come out. And I'm like, "Hey, you done? Can I have your pass?" And he's like, "Sure." That's went in. Great.
Man, that is. I had the opposite experience this last year. Coming in, and there was too many people and a little bit too much. I guess not meshing, right? Not meshing with things like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, everybody that I used to get into shenanigans with like that has pretty much disappeared on this from for things and reasons.
I don't even like big parties. Like, I don't bother with the Rapid 7 anymore. It's just hype. I mean, I'm at DEF CON to mingle, network, meet people, have conversations. When you're at Rapid 7, it's like, oh, it's a DJ with lights, whatever. And I can't hear anybody. Let's go find something else.
Yeah.
Let's go to Circle Bar and drink.
Exactly. The Circle Bar is where the party's at.
Let's go to Circle Bar and have them take my fucking credit card again.
Oh, yeah. and hit on random women.
Oh, that was fun. You struck out so hardcore. It was funny to watch.
Man, buddy, we were up there for a company. This was completely unrelated to DEF CON, but I worked for a company that took us all out to Vegas for a company retreat, right? And so I just gotten married, so I'm off limits, right? So I was walking around with a gallon of whiskey just down the strip, and then people split off, and we were trying to figure out what to do. And pretty much like Barbie walked up, like Swedish everything. Excuse me, do you know where? And I was just like, I got you. Like, you get this one, right? And so all our plans were immediately canceled. And I think they spent the entirety in like 200 square foot of Vegas for the rest of that trip. But
dude, there was a year.
Let me throw that out real quick. So I ended up hanging out with Gumby, a dude dressed up as Gumby, and then like a guy that was on Bum Fights. That was his claim to fame. So,
dude, there was a year where I was with one I'm going to try to like choose my words carefully here. Let's just say one major corporation was merging with another corporation, and I was on the team that involved. So Corporation A is being bought by Corporation B. Corporation B took us out a night on the town, like 6 of us. And instead of Ubers, like we didn't even walk anywhere. Even if it was a block away, we would take a limo. And we were going down like 3 blocks. We get in a limo, and the dude with the corporate card gets all mad, throws a bottle of champagne out the window, demands a limo with a hot tub. So we get a limo with a hot tub, don't use it, and then show up at this club. And then he can't get in because he doesn't have a freaking suit, can't meet dress code. A freaking guy shows up on the side of the road to tailor a suit for him real quick, and we're like, what?
Wow.
That is great. I've gotten into stupid places with this. It's just a freaking shitty. Well, how do I turn this crap off? Stupid thing. Anyway, you can't see it, but it just says VIP pass, all access backstage. I've walked backstage in places with this, and nobody's questioned it. It's great. It's one of the dumbest freaking stupid hacks that has worked. Back when I used to work, what's it called? Which conference? SummerCon in New York. I'd go backstage and talk to the speakers before they were giving their talks. And I thought that was the coolest thing as a volunteer, just to be able to shoot the shit with the guys being able to talk before it. And I got addicted. So that's why I volunteered a lot of shit now.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Black Hat, I remember being on the top, like the rooftop party at Caesar's Palace with HD Moore, and we're trying to see who can hit a golf ball into the Bellagio pool.
And that's why they don't let us there anymore.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
times.
In 2017, I lost my freaking mind at DEF CON. But before I lost my mind and stayed up for 3 days straight and violated the 3-2-1 rule,
Oh yeah.
I organized a thing with Dual Core and Holly Maniati, who's like a sign language interpreter, and it was really cool. She was doing like this dance, interpretive dance of his hacking songs, like doing sign language at the same time. Freaking awesome shit. And then I burnt out.
I think it was 2015 or 16. My doctor prescribed me Ambien, and I used some at
That's not a
DEF
good one
CON.
for Vegas. Yeah.
So allegedly, I don't remember any of this, but friends tell me this is what happened. Apparently, I got one of those tubular lockpicks when they first started getting fancy. So I was smart enough to at least not break into ATMs. We were going around opening ice machines. And then we went back to my room, and I had a crew around me at the time, so I was teaching everybody how to lockpick. And then we started trying to, those service doors between rooms. We started picking one of those, and the person in the other room called the cops. Not even security. The cops showed up, and apparently I was gentlemanly as fuck.
So you say.
And that's what they tell me. But the night ended with me teaching them how to pick little random locks I had, showing them how to pick locks, explain what we were doing, and they said, "Oh, cool, awesome, have a good night." I was like, "Okay."
I want a copy of that police report. Just be like, what happened? We showed up, and there's this guy, and now we know how to pick locks. And they're like, wait, something's wrong here.
They don't teach that in the forceful entry class that Drew has. It's just like, break the door.
Yeah. Well, no. Drew's class is covert entry.
No, not that one. They have others. It's multiple.
Oh, yeah, they do it all. Yeah.
Doesn't he work for Red Team?
Yeah.
Well, he's part owner of that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know we were tangentially that close to Deviant.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
That's
we're a hop away.
Yep. I saw him this year, actually.
Yeah, we're Kevin Bacon our way into this. Love that.
Oh god, it's a Bacon number.
My second DEF CON, I ran into him and Vish. I ran into him. It was the last day I was at the Circle Bar, getting ready to go, and I ran into him and I fangirled for 5 minutes because I was like, fucking, he was the guy that helped me get into this. Like I watched a lot of his videos. I respect the guy a lot, and I may not completely agree with him on all of his stances, but he's a pretty based motherfucker all the way around. So, I sit there at fangirl and I'm like, dude, can I buy you a drink? And he was like, nah, man, I gotta go. But another time, I was like, cool, all right, that's fine. But I would like to actually sit and talk with him eventually one day.
Dude, so John Hammond was sitting there talking to a huge group of people, and I walked up, interrupted his entire thing, whatever he was doing, and I asked him, "Will you please bang my cock?"
Yep.
And he was like, "I've been waiting my entire life for somebody to ask me that," and he did it.
For context, Sledge has a chicken on the back of his backpack, and then
should let people discover that in an awkwardest way possible.
Should have just pulled up the picture, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, so I'll piggyback on that one, like the fanboy thing, and then like I'll go like this: being out for 10 years and coming back. I've been in cybersecurity the whole time, and like just too broke to get in the car and go, and disconnected, honestly. One of the things coming back that I found is that I'll say like this: back when I started coming in like 13, there was absolutely gatekeeping. There was a bit of meritocracy. Like, did you RTFM? Did you do the time? Did you solve the puzzle? Do you have the thing?
Try harder.
Yeah. I had some of those experiences, and I knew people and just get awesome experiences as well. I'm finding that a lot of the people that I fanboyed for, right, as you said, are just they're cool people. It's a cool community. It's and I've also found that in other areas I may have expertise, right, and so there's a trade there. It's a mutual, like, just respect for somebody who is curious and likes to dive into stuff. But how do you approach that? How do you find common ground and things like that?
I
Just
like
don't
to
put people on
say,
barriers, man. Don't put people
Yeah.
on like pedestals. If you do that, it's harder to approach them. You know, everybody's a person. So like, if as soon as you start putting them up there, it's like, eh.
on a macro scale, you don't want to meet your heroes. On a micro scale, it's good to have friends with different backgrounds to just brainstorm, bounce ideas off of.
I guess going, where I'm at now with my experience and everything. No, I absolutely shit the bed this year. I went back down to ground zero and started over, but that allowed me to just get like real humble about that whole thing, right? And basically, at the end of the day, everybody's showed up and helped pretty much, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, but that was a challenge. And I guess I feel like that's a little bit unique, right? There's not a lot of folks that have the us hacking the 94 type shit. So, and then there's a lot of people that are here like a year and they're absolutely just murk anything that we tried,
We weren't
right?
all alive
Yes.
in 1994, dude.
No, I
Like
was like,
some of
listen,
us
there
are
was not
really
Uber.
young.
If we didn't
The
have a
coolest-
schedule, it wasn't happening.
The coolest thing I think that happened to me when I was in the beginning stages of this career was, I think it was my second year of college, probably 2010, at DEF CON, and Brad Knight, aka the nurse, introduced me to the guy that wrote the SQL injection handbook. And he just sat down with me and had a beer for 30 minutes and we just talked. But all I really remember from that is he couldn't stop talking about how a shark bit 2 of his fingers off.
So how's his typing speed?
Shut the
Pretty
fuck
good
up.
if you wrote a book.
I don't know. Dragon Diction's kind of fire.
Hey, he's a point and pecker like me.
Wait, you're a point and pecker? Really?
Oh, yeah. Turn my
Yeah,
lights
I'm a
off. I
point
can't
and
see the
pecker,
keys.
no.
But man,
Yeah.
there was one year.
I wonder if this is gonna work.
What are you doing for it? Or Havoc?
Oh, I was
Bad.
gonna play
You're
that
bad.
that
You're
chicken
bad.
video we made a while back. If I could fucking find it.
Oh,
Watch the audio balancing on that one.
that one was pretty loud. But whatever.
Oh, the AV is horrible on that, but we were gonna do it anyway. So
YOLO.
It's that's
Do it live.
YOLO. I don't think I can share VLC on this for some reason. It's not showing it as a window to share. Odd.
Just share screen.
Anyhow,
That's what
we'll
I
do it
do.
another time. Yeah, well, you think it'll work with audio on a share screen? We'll give it a shot.
It worked fine enough for me when I was showing y'all the DEF CON badge game. I was on share screen and it wouldn't just share 1-to-1 because NixOS.
After this, let's talk about your story.
Damn it, no audio. Wait, which one? Which story? Oh my god.
How I met you.
Oh, that one. Yeah. So Frank.
After
apparently you don't
this,
have
after
your
this.
audio routed
Yeah,
the same
no
way
sound.
I do. I'm sorry, but I mean the video's still there. It's still there.
Is that on the website?
It should be. Like, can you send it to me so I can put it on Sledge's page, please? Including the Bang My Cock song so that, we can get people downloading it. Like, that song needs to be heard. Like, who doesn't like music about banging cocks? That's like all of rap.
I even got Paul Asador, not Paul, the other guy.
John Strand.
Did you say all of rap, like rap music?
Yeah, like all rap
All right.
music is literally
All
Bang
right.
My Cock.
All right, so I just have to come out. I have to tell you guys, Glorb, Glorb, Glorb makes AI-generated SpongeBob rap music, and it's fucking miraculous. He just came out with his, it's called the Bottom series. So he's got the Bottom 1, 2, and he's just come out with 3, and it's been on repeat since
Hey,
it showed up.
The
like 3
metalcore
days ago,
SpongeBob
and it
is
just won't
better.
Stop. Go listen to Glorb. That dude fucks too. It's just so good.
Nah, man.
Right.
It's so good. Go
With
listen.
a
X
name like Lord, how
SpongeBob
can
Core
I not?
X is better.
SpongeBob Core. Oh my god, some of
It's
that SpongeBob
hardcore,
stuff is
but
awesome.
based around SpongeBob themes.
That's good.
It's hilarious. And I love it. I could actually punch somebody in the face to that.
I mean, you can punch people in the face to a
Like the
lot of
art.
things, my friend. I've seen you do.
I don't feel like I need music
There
for
you
that,
go.
do I?
All right.
No,
so
I don't even say that facetiously. It's just hardcore dancing. That's part of
I
what
know what you're
happens.
talking about. I'm just saying.
how do you avoid getting punched in the face at DEF CON? How
Don't
about
get in
that?
the pit.
Yeah,
Like,
Well,
stay out of the pit and you don't
I've
get
never
hit.
I've never seen a pit at DEF CON. That would be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
assuming
David
that
in
did not
chat's
work.
trying to get your attention, Sledge. One of the viewers, David, really is trying to get your attention. So you may want to answer him.
David wants your attention, Sledge.
Yep. I'm not quite
So-
sure what he's talking about, but you'll get the reference.
I think he's referring to the Black Badge raffle.
Oh! Hey, David, how'd you know Sledge?
We made people do some dumb shit for that ticket, and when it ended up being bullshit.
So did that video share, or did it not work?
It
The
didn't
video
quite-
worked, the audio did not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lame.
audio didn't work. You didn't have it routed the same way I did because
Wait. All right,
channel.
I know who this David is. Okay,
Okay.
what's up, man?
Well, nice to meet you, David.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy seeing you here, sir.
David from Phoenix. Of course, David from Phoenix. I knew that.
Yeah,
ASL? ASL? We've got L, but I guess we got
Yep.
S. Yeah.
We're from the same circles.
Yeah.
I went to college there, and we're part of all the hacker scene out there.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
what's your favorite war story, Dataplex?
From when?
Or
From
referring to what?
2014. I don't know.
2014. Okay. The guy that I showed up to Black Hat with, right, hired me for a job, and we were working for a company that was going public, and they were a very old company, and so they had a lot of shit to deal with. And we're doing pen testing, right, for all the auditing and all that crap. And I was just like, cut me loose, right? Let me go poke around stuff. And there was like, there's this part of the network we can't scan. Why not? Well, it's connected to the train station, right? So, okay. It was a print organization, and we would have freighter trains roll through the warehouse, and it had a vacuum sealed real-time OS that would pick up these like 20-ton rolls of newspaper and lay them down on a cart, and then suck that up and print on it, right? So basically pen testing that had been running since like the 70s, right? Basically, if you messed up the clock time on the real-time OS, you could crush somebody with a 20-ton. Yeah, so that one was
PLCs are a bitch.
Mm-hmm. My absolute favorite is the travel industry. We were doing contract for a website design for an airliner, and the security guy was talking us through all, they were onboarding us. Okay, look, they're super stoked about their brand new, super expensive WAF and SQL injection protection, cross-site scripting protection, all that good stuff, right? If y'all know anything about the travel industry, none of that applies. So built the site, all that's good, right? And yep, can't do a SQL injection on this, it stops it. But that's not what's behind that thing, right? So I did a demo because I was saying, hey, there's other issues here. And he's like, no, he's been kind of arrogant about it. We've got the best of the best. So, okay, cool. So my demo for that week was to log on, open it up, find a search box, and drop a Saber command into it, right? And preload a fucking basically a routine in, because you can't really do injection on that, but you can load routines into it and then call it again. And so I was like, check this out. I never have to pay for another ticket. I've got 50 million loyalty points. And I think it's when Pirates of the Caribbean was popular. And I was like, I moved whoever that was out of the seat next to Johnny, and I'm going to go chat with him about the next script. And
Nice.
yeah.
Dude,
So that was fun.
Speaking of transportation, I was talking to a buddy of mine that runs, he's like a conductor or whatever you call it for a train. And he was saying that they're still running Windows XP over a modem.
Oh.
And he was
I believe it.
like trying to get me to do a pen test on it. I'm like, well, if you can facilitate the contract.
Speaking of roping them into bullshit, look what I got.
Ooh, drugs.
No.
No.
Damn it.
You okay?
I'm good. I promise I'm good.
You gonna laser engrave those?
The dice you requested.
Yep.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
We need to have a big brainstorm session as to what should go on.
There may or may not be in the future some attribution dice from CounterSurveil. There we go.
Yeah.
We're just winging ideas right now, but I got a whole bunch of them to mess with. We'll see
We're
what happens.
stealing the idea from that other company that did it.
Put
they
Masada
don't
on one
exist
of them,
anymore.
please.
They stopped. So, whatever. Get them when you can, right? Because I want some. I'll make them.
They won't make anymore, so yeah, make your own.
So.
And ours could have updates too.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Like 2024.4, 2025.1.
DLC for your dice, your attribution dice.
You have to scan a QR code for it to be legitimate.
Jesus.
I would end up eating one of those probably. They look delicious.
It adds fiber, that's sure.
It is, I swear to God, not. In fact, it is not drugs. And they are.
I
dice.
don't know. Shiny click-clack rocks that you can't help but buy. That kind of sounds like drugs, dude.
A fair assessment.
One laced with fentanyl.
Yeah, just release it with the magic pattern.
Suck on this.
I'm surprised
Suck
there's
on
not a drug out there named Magic Smoke that, everyone at DEF CON loves. Just
Puff the
saying.
Magic Dragon.
Puff
You
the
gotta
Magic
puff the
Dragon.
My
Dragon.
God.
Good old-
There was this year, dude, there was this year at the Rio where, oh wait, let's watch this video. But there was this year at the Rio, man, the nurse was a huge marijuana fan, and everybody went to our room and just smoked everything out, and the entire floor was just musty. You could see the smoke. It was ridiculous.
You walk up there, it's just a Colombian sauna.
Oh, hey, it's my
No,
college
you've been-
dorm.
Oh man. I
So,
like a place
of,
like that.
of all
one.
the people who could have questioned how I was dressed that night, it was ironic that the one who actually called me out was like this guy, that guy, who's just like, this freaking guy is the only one who's like, hey, you have a goon lanyard, but you have a community badge. What's going on there? And nobody else was like, hey, what's up
You just
with that?
goon for the
Oh yeah,
community. I
lanyard
mean, it's
printer.
fine.
Forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me.
Yes, we need to get the lanyard printer. I
Yes,
will
yes.
Also,
contribute
this
to
is a
that if you get it.
disclaimer.
That is on my
Goon
list
means
of things to
something
acquire.
different.
Don't worry, I got you.
Excellent.
Disclaimer, goon means something different to anyone who's under the age of 25. Just so y'all know.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Scatman
And-
John was
and,
also a very different celebrity in Germany. If you remember Scatman John from back in the 90s.
I'm afraid I don't. I'm not sure I was alive.
I've definitely seen some of the.
All right. So for you, Alt, it is safe to YouTube Scatman John. He
I don't
is
wanna say no
a musical
scat.
artist from, I think he was from Latin America, if I'm being honest with you. He's actually pretty catchy. Don't do that on a German VPN. You're welcome.
Oh god, I use Molfad. Got it.
Insert VPN ad here.
Today's podcast brought to you by Bullshit VPN product. It won't actually keep you safe, but it'll cost $5 a month minimum.
It'll
Yeah,
make
and
you
it'll
feel
sell your
better.
data, but you'll
So
feel
you
Here's
have
our
behind
referral
I'm gonna
seven
make
proxies.
while you go to jail.
Here's our referral code 6969 safe for work and get yourself an extra month of invasive security for free.
No, this
We log
podcast
all the
brought to you.
things.
This podcast brought to you by HideMyAss.com.
We're here to make sure your ass is never hidden. Hide your
Okay,
ass.
so that is in fact something that existed at least.
Yes, I
existed
know.
in
I
the-
know that one.
All right.
Nah.
Hiding in plain sight.
Oh no, that's just
We are not
moving the
affiliated
plan
with those
something.
guys, but God, I don't even know if that site exists. I know.
Yeah, I can't tell that story.
I'd have to say Red Star OS is probably less invasive than Hide My Ass.
It is. Oh, they have an actual VPN now. Wow, that's wild. Because that's not what it was when we were kids.
This is one of the stories that came out this week. A bunch of kids who are playing one of these online video games, which is kind of like tag, and you have to hide from your friends, decided they're all going to use the same VPN product because it introduces lag intentionally to the game, and it lets you catch people quicker or hide, because essentially your character like glitch through walls and all this stupid shit. But that free VPN they were all using was essentially resharing their internet for other people to use.
There was an article. I'm gonna forget where it was, but that was a big campaign. Actually, that was like they were spinning up like NetBlocks of routers.
So I got I actually have a bit of a insider view at this because one of my DC group members made like this huge, like a 30-page report on something like Yo Mama VPN or some shit that people were using for gaming for this purpose. He was able to get into the VPN and actually access other customers at like root level. They since then fixed it because he reported it like the Fed he is, but
Yo Mama ain't got no boundaries.
Yeah, Yo Mama ain't got no boundaries, and apparently Yo Mama has plenty of holes that are wide open to the entire internet.
Promiscuous mode. We were talking about train depots earlier. How the fuck was there not your mom joke or your mom's house joke?
I'm trying to find that promiscuous mode meme.
Sometimes you go in the one door and go out the other door with somebody else. I don't know. It doesn't. You
guys see that meme though, where it says, "Hey, have you ever put your network card into promiscuous mode?" And it's got like the silhouette of a porn star in the back.
Yeah.
This is the weirdest format solid state drive I've seen.
Hide My Ass is no longer a proxy; it's a VPN service now, which you can buy for 75% off in the next 11 hours.
Is HostGator still around?
75% off.
What was that free email everybody used to use that had dial-up access? That was like Juno or something.
You had a bunch of those. Yeah.
Pretty sure there's an.
I still have family with a Prodigy.
My grandpa's Juno's still out there. Rest in peace.
That you could use Juno, right? It was like AOL. I still have people that talk like if you just drop the UI on it, right? It was a dial-up line.
And like, who the fuck still uses Yahoo? That still blows my mind.
My father.
I don't know. The canned drink is pretty good.
Yoo-hoo is cool.
Yahoo is for old people.
Oh shit, accents. My bad. I thought you said Yoo-hoo. I was like, ooh, that shit delicious. But why are we talking about that on stream?
Dude, is that how we just like that's how we do our check? Like, where do you host your email? If you're Yahoo, you're going. Here's your free senior discount.
Yahoo, free Yahoo.
There you go.
Waffle House and get a free.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Hey David. I assume you're listening. You want to hop on and talk about your Xbox hacks?
Do it, David.
Nice.
David, do it.
Yeah.
David.
He's not responding.
He'll respond in a second. There's actually a lot of lag.
Oh yeah, we've got 10 seconds of lag or something, right?
It's more like 20. Like I've had people like who know me off stream like DM me and be like, "Hey, why aren't you responding to my comments? What the hell?" It's like, sorry, dudes, we're not seeing them till like 2 minutes later in some cases.
He commented. Oh wait, no, that was Lambda, not Dan.
Yeah, that was Lambda.
That was somebody else. Yeah.
Hurry up, David. Yes or no?
Was like, what do you want? I did Ruby code and had a Yahoo email at one point. Guess I'm an old fart.
Dude, me and you talk Solaris. Yeah, you are an old fart.
He's down for Xbox hacks, or not Xbox hacks, but DEF CON and Black Hat shenanigans, which would be great.
Bring him on. He's
come hang out. Hell, come
somebody
on.
send him the fucking link.
Let's bring him on.
That would have to be Sledge, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'll send him the link real quick.
Because I'm sure you probably have other means than.
I'm not going to put the link in the YouTube.
Hey, David, text me. David, Send me a text on Signal. I have no. I talk to so many people. I'm not
I
gonna
got
be able
so
to
many
tell.
Davids. Just,
There's
Watch
not
it
as
be the
many
wrong
Davids as there are
David.
bins, though. Oh my god, too many bins.
all
Yeah.
about the Benjamin.
Has-beens.
Solaris.
Yeah.
Solaris.
Yeah, me and Liam do have talked Solaris a lot.
If I could find him.
Love you, you old fart.
Oh, found you. All right, here's the link.
I was guilty of during a final exam in college,
At
going.
least I think
on-
that's you.
some random David just hops on, not our David that we're looking for.
Yo,
It's like, what am I doing here?
It's me. It's me. That one time, Sledge sent me that link that I was supposed to watch and just showed up.
Something about
Yeah.
Ambien and ice, and I was supposed to just here I am.
Okay, look, r/ambient is fire. I'm just saying.
Hey, Emmy and Walrus is awesome. Let's go on an adventure that we'll never remember.
I mean, everyone else remember it. That's the best part. It's like me at DEF CON. I never remember more than like maybe 30 minutes of DEF CON, but then y'all tell me about the shit I got up to, and
Isn't that what,
I'm pretty proud of it.
You
isn't
remembered
that
us.
what,
'cause
that
we're
one
lead.
movie with Bradley Cooper and that one other guy that was on the top of the roof at the end of it, and they were in Vegas or whatever. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, Hangover.
Hangover.
That one. That movie.
You
Isn't
know-
that that movie was about?
Well, I mean, after my first DEF CON, I woke up in the hospital and had the doctors tell me the story. So it's been nice to have y'all tell me
Yeah.
the stories instead.
They're a lot nicer
I've-
than the police. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not the only one who's been hospitalized from DEF CON.
I've
yeah,
had
no,
some-
I've done it 2 out of the 3 times actually.
I've had some good friends when I was on Ambien tell me nice versions of the story. Don't know if it's the truth or not, but one time I woke up in somebody else's room, naked in the bed, alone with everybody else on the floor, and I woke up being like, "Where the fuck are my underwear?" And everybody heard me say that. They just start laughing, and we're like literally looking around the room, and they're hanging on the key hook by the front door.
Oh no.
That makes sense.
Like, stick the keys down your pants. Like, oh, don't answer. Don't answer. Nope. Don't want to know. We're friends. I don't wanna
They were
think
like,
that
"You
way."
might want to check your asshole," and I'm like, "Nah, I'm good."
It's like, no, my TSA hole is empty. There's only drugs up there.
My TSA hole is empty.
It's not gay if it's TSA.
No, wait. So you see those pictures, right? The shirt that I have that says it's not gay if it's TSA.
Yeah, I've seen.
Oh,
I
no.
have seen
Me
that,
and my buddy, I got a picture with some TSA agents.
Mhm.
And my buddy's sitting there wearing that shirt, going like this, and a TSA agent is kneeling down in front of him, patting him down, and I got a picture with "It's not gay if it's TSA," and all the other agents
Yeah.
were laughing their asses off.
One
Oh, I know
of
who
my
the new
favorites
guy
I
was.
own is Delchai put out a shirt a few years ago that was has the NSA logo on it. It says world champion, something about world champion.
Hide and seek champion.
No, it's about data leaks or something. I can't remember. It's hilarious. It's very good. I haven't seen it in a while. It's in
I
my
wonder
vault
if that one TSA agent still has the "Found on Shodan" sticker that I was sticking all over his shit while he was trying to pat me down.
As found on Shodan.
Watch him show up to DEF CON one year and be like, "I have this sticker, and I finally figured it out." It's like 12 years later.
Which one of y'all bitches was it?
I would
No,
hand
no,
him
no,
that-
no. He's got like a Google Glass on and just finds you immediately.
No, I would hand him that sticker that says, "Please do not lick the walls."
For rectal use only.
Yeah,
Don't
that would
worry. I need to be bringing those like by the TSA next time because I always get like the finger search every time. I've just started calling it the TSA hole for a reason.
Wait,
I'm sure I'm on a
define
list.
finger search.
Yeah, no, I'm not defining that, not live on stream.
Oh boy.
But I'm sure I'm on a list or something for that reason, and it's not like I haven't had.
Usually that's a subscription service for you, not the other way around. I don't.
Yeah, normally I charge extra for that. These guys are not subscribing to my OnlyFans.
Oh,
and that is a
onlypawns.com.
premium service.
Yeah.
Onlypawns.io. There we go. That's it. Onlypawns.io.
Oh yeah, I forgot we bought OnlyPawns.io. That
We
doesn't mean I put
did.
my TSA hole on there, but
Yeah, I got the
It's okay,
DNS configured for it. I got to
yeah.
toss something up on there.
Listen, we're gonna coin a new term.
Onlypawns.io.
We're gonna start using Pats, so it's only Pats, right?
only pats. And it's just like a website of all the shit the TSA finds, including like
Holy shit! Is onlypants.com available?
Only
One
cat,
second.
only
No
cat.
more buying domains we're not going to use.
Oh no, we're fucking using this one. Anyways, so I guess story time. First time I ever went through the TSA, I was like pulled into the side room for 2 hours and missed my flight. But coming back in, going back in, going back through, getting on the flight to go home, a bunch of TSA guys take a selfie with me, and I'm like, wait, why do you like 12 of y'all want to take a selfie with me? And they're like, you look just like the girl in the poster. I'm like, what poster? Turns out they have some kind of training material that had a female hacker-looking character wearing dark sunglasses and a trench coat through the TSA that just happened to meet my description.
My God. Something like that happened to me at Caesar's Palace. You guys remember this? If you can even see it.
Oh no!
If you can see that.
Oh
Nice.
no! Hacker
So-
Oh, you got that? That was on the scavenger hunt, wasn't it?
It was way back in the day, and I was the first one to get it since like 2000, and I don't even know.
I remember that. Oh,
What
look.
was his name? Dual D Flip Flop is what his name.
Wait, that's just the
Shout out to
TP
Dual D
link.
Flip Flop.
That's the Atheros TP link one. They're like,
Yeah,
yeah, if
dude.
anybody's got an external
So-
Wi-Fi card, go get them,
I haven't
guys.
used one of those in like since I was like 10.
So
Like, who's
the guy-
running that?
I ordered room service to bring me some towels, and he sees all this hacker gear scattered around my room because there's like 12 people sharing my room that year. And he's like, dude, I've been told to call the cops if I see anything like this. And he mentioned that, yeah, there's this pamphlet hanging up on every floor of the hotel right next to the FBI most wanted list. And I was like, I'll give you $40 and a challenge coin if you could bring me one. He came back with 4 copies.
Wait, it's next to the FBI most wanted list?
Yeah.
Dude, could you steal that too while you're at it? I need to
That's
make
the
sure
game.
that when I go for my passport, I'm good. I'm not saying I've done anything to get me on there. I'm just paranoid now after the TSA whole incidents. Notice there's an S.
That's
at
what
the
you're on the poster.
Incident.
That's why. They're like, look
We
out
need
for this
we
chick.
need a page that just says the TSA whole incidents and just bullshit.
Like, can someone please give me that poster that has me on it? Please. Like, I will pay for that.
So somebody owns only
I will pay you Monero.
but there's nothing on it. So somebody just is squatting the domain.
All right,
Yeah.
everybody listening, go after that site. Well, totally don't do that, but maybe.
All right, time for
educational purposes only.
We are totally not going to do a domain takeover. No, definitely not. Those don't exist. Those are movie shit. Hackers aren't real.
That's good.
Hackers aren't real. They can't hurt me.
I can get .io and .org though.
Yeah, hackers are like birds. They just aren't real.
Yeah.
The birds work for the bourgeoisie.
And so do we, apparently. The
Oh, no.
TSA just sticks things up holes to charge us. That's all.
Oh no.
Oh, dude, hold on. Another memory. So, TSA. I just got Kevin Mitnick's business card, right? With the lockpicks and everything.
Uh-huh.
And this lady at the TSA just pulls it out of my wallet and starts breaking it apart.
Oh,
And I'm losing my shit, dude. I'm like, yo, stop. No. A cop comes over and he realizes that they're just lockpicks because he sees all these other people from DEF CON. They've seen this all day. And he tells her to chill the fuck out and finally gives it back. But now it's in pieces. I was like, come on.
like the inconsistency. I've accidentally got on and landed in places with like a knife, full on knife in my bag,
me
right?
too.
No probs.
Yep.
Same. Oops.
Yeah.
Forgot to
There
remove
was
that.
this dude who got on a plane and had a hatchet on him, and he tried to be good. And he's like, "Yo, I just realized I have this," and they landed the plane early. It's like
Hey, David.
he
I
was
assume this is
cool.
David. This might not be David. This might actually be the FBI, but I'm assuming this is David. Hi, David.
Hi there, Pace.
I'm a fan.
Hi,
You're a fan?
hi, FBI.
I don't know. Hair that curly. I'm not sure you're a Fed, dude. Are you a
I
Fed?
can't figure out how to.
No man, he's
Why-
got Zuckerberg here.
The audio controls
Yeah,
are not
okay.
working properly here.
We hear you.
audio's
I don't
fine.
know
We
if
hear
you
you
hear
loud and
us.
clear.
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
unless you can't hear us. Not if you can hear us.
I mean, he did say he was a Fed.
No, it's coming out. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he just rolled with my joke, so he can hear me.
go over your name at the bottom, and there's 3 little dots, and then click.
Yeah,
on
I
edit
did
mic
that, and
settings.
it's just coming out of the wrong speaker.
Yeah. It's the Windows bullshit.
Oh God, wrong
you
hole.
should
It's
listen.
Mac.
Your only mom's VPN is improperly configured.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go talk to her about that.
Blink
Yeah.
twice if you need help.
Yeah, go to fishyourmom.com for more details.
Oh, good.
And pay us $20.
Oh.
I forgot that website actually exists because we own it.
Yeah, we do own it.
We own the Fish Your Mom campaign.
We do own fishyourmom.com.
That
This is
might
what
actually be
happens,
used.
dude.
A buddy of mine just wrote a tool for smishing, and we might actually use that domain.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Evelyn had a
Please
pretty
do.
brilliant idea for fishing the other day. She shared with me. I don't know if she's going to share it on the cast though.
Yeah, no, and I'm not sharing that on the cast until I get the code working, and then
You're
I'm
right.
just
You'll
going to
holler at your
release this
boy,
open
'cause,
source to the world. I just need to fuck around and find out for a few minutes to make sure it's viable.
Sounds like a fun plan to me.
Because once it's viable, I'm just going to release this mayhem on the world, and all of y'all can get it from my only pwns.
I will say
That
though,
IO.
LK, you did a good job on the PBX. It's working perfectly, and everything's
Aw,
hunky
thank
dory.
you. And thank you, Sledge, for the assist, as well as almost everyone else for the assist.
Shout out
I didn't
to
do
Lucky.
shit.
Thank
Shout
you,
out
Lucky.
to Lucky. Big shout out
Oh
to
my
Lucky.
god, big shout out to Lucky. Also, with the PBX Sledge, I have it set up where me and Havoc both have extensions, and you can actually call between them and actually log in to them with a soft phone or even hard phone and make it work that way. So it's working as a business PBN. I just need to record the voice in really lime Russian accents so that we have the menu.
So I have a digital phone. Can I hook it up to that PBX and make it work?
I need to give you an extension, so just
Space. Holler at me.
send me what extension you want for it because it is the best phone number on the planet.
I'm not going to disclose the full number,
Yeah,
but
no.
it ends in leet.
80
No,
8085.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got it working,
8085.
David?
Yeah, we're all good.
Okay.
now.
So,
Steve-
David,
Steve-
what's your favorite war story?
War story? I was just gonna recall how Steve, remember when I picked you up from the airport for CactusCon one year?
Yeah.
And I couldn't find you because you had already been drinking White Claw straight off the plane.
You sounds about right.
Smashed, and I couldn't find him for like a half hour.
Dude, finding Steve even when he tells you where he is a fucking trek.
Oh my god, yes. Okay, so it's not just me who can't find this man.
He's like, I'm over here. I get there. He's like, oh, I left there by the time I get there. I was like, it was 10 minutes ago. You can wait 10 minutes.
It's
He
like,
gets in
dude, ADHD personified.
He gets in, the first thing he says to me, he looks over at me and he goes, "We need to go to the store. I need White Claw."
Got a
I've
pretty great.
taken him to the drugstore to get.
So
White Claw.
you were dismissed from DEF CON, Sludge?
No.
Oh, I thought you said you got fired.
Black
from DEF
Hat.
CON. Oh, Black Hat. Yes,
He
I'm
did.
sorry. That's what I meant. I've been dismissed from
But
DEF CON.
he said DEF CON, but meant Black Hat.
No, I said
We
black.
should start our own.
I meant
You said it
Black
wrong.
Hat. God, I keep on saying it wrong.
We should start our own and call it like Def Hat.
I remember
Same shit.
they got really mad when I accidentally brought my personal weapon to the hotel. They got really mad.
Well,
Turns
Oh,
out
well,
Vegas
I-
doesn't like
no.
that. Even if you have a concealed carry permit, they don't care.
Oh,
Yeah.
got wrong weapon. My bad.
It's not. It is in his pants. It's just not that one in his pants.
I was just about
I
to
left
say,
it in the hotel safe. They
It was
still-
intimidating. It was just the only one they've seen
Dude,
that
dude,
late.
it
I don't
shut
know,
the
I'm
fuck
kidding.
up Friday. Just don't say anything.
But it's Monday, bro.
It's all shut the fuck
It's
up
always-
We
Friday.
have all week to get out of this.
No, it's mum.
It's like it's always
mum's,
Taco Tuesday.
It's mum's the word Monday.
What the fuck? No, it shut the fuck up Friday.
It's
Do
shit
we
the
have
fuck
a-
up Friday all day.
Do you guys have subject material other than just?
I mean,
Anyways,
we
Ish.
sometimes
everybody-
do, but it's just not as fun.
so everybody, this is David. David, this is everybody. How you been, man?
Good. Good.
You
Awesome.
still in that same house?
My big 2-story house. No, I sold it. I'm
You still in
smaller
Phoenix?
house. Yeah. I'm in Surprise.
Yes, tell everybody about him. Damn, dude.
What's your address, phone number,
No,
mother's
no,
maiden
don't
name?
dox
Let's
me.
give them all
Passport
the
Yeah.
photo.
Social security
Listen, I hit
number.
somebody. I already hit somebody. I might as well, right? ASL.
I'll give you
Yeah,
my
I'm spamming ASL in the chat. Like, let's go.
I'll give you my social security number. I just need yours first.
That's it. That's what we need.
Don't worry about it. We already
Yeah.
have it.
It's something
That's
like
called a
420,
two-way handshake, right?
69. No.
69. Yeah.
Lol.
Actually, I was just playing with my hack SDR earlier.
Your
Ooh.
hacker F?
My porter pack. It's a porta pack,
Yeah,
Oh, the
Porta
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 packs are
pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, porta packs.
but
cool.
it's see,
Ooh, neat.
cool. Yeah, those are
Cool.
cool.
Yeah.
What firmware are you rocking?
Love it.
Rabbit Labs. I don't know the newest one.
Okay.
What's
So
your
I
goal
have-
with that?
I have a
I had
hacker F.
SDR Sharp open. I was just mapping ADSB traffic.
Oh, sweet.
I've
That's what I
got
was
the
going to
hacker
guess.
F. I don't have the porta pack. I'm thinking about upgrading. Should I?
No, the porta pack contains a clone of the HackRF. So if you're gonna get a porta pack, get the face of it,
Yeah.
get the base, and then put your HackRF in it. And
Okay. All right.
It comes with the rest.
Okay. All
It's
right. Cool.
cheaper that way anyway.
That's
The
easy.
clones suck. They
Okay, alright.
they're terrible.
Yeah, I've got one of the greats got like actual hacker Fs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
me too.
HackerF
Pop the
blue
shell
clone
off
was
and
not
pop it in
bad.
there.
The blue clone worked pretty well. I had that for a few years until I broke.
I'm
the
not saying they
port.
don't work. They don't receive signals well. So like you have to jack the gain all the way up and
Like an
don't-
amplifier or something?
yeah, if you try to use like SDR Ragdoll or something, you can't do much with it because there's no amp like there's no proper amp control. So if you can't turn the amp on, it's worthless.
Yeah. But
Ah.
whatever. They're a good
Yeah.
intro to SDR.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you want to listen to basically just plain traffic and radio stations, it's not
I
much
use-
else.
I use an Edis Research B210 USRP myself.
That's like a $2,000 device.
Yeah, it was expensive.
Oh man.
Man, y'all went down the rabbit hole. To be honest, you lost me back there at SDR and then model numbers and
Did
stuff.
my
Just
You know
get an
what? Y'all play
RTL
with this. I
SDR.
think y'all play with that space a little heavier than me.
The
Dude,
RTL SDRs are $30.
My
So I
capstone
bought.
project at college was called the Hospital Watchdog. I decoded POXAG from the local hospital, tossed it into a searchable database, and then had it go look through that for information leaks like social security numbers, Medicaid numbers. We got a whole bunch of shit that definitely should not have gone over the air. It was fun.
I bought the Edis USRP because I wanted to clone cell phone networks, and you could do that back in the day with LG, or what was it, 3 and LTS.
You can do that
Shit
now
like
still.
that.
You need Dragon SDR.
Okay.
Dragon OS. It has it's an operating system in addition to Linux. It has all the LTE stuff you need for a base station.
Cool.
Yeah. I was using
Ooh.
OpenBTS, and it was pretty cool.
This is
And then
part
that
of
was-
man. Can I jump
See
in here?
SMS messages.
I,
Yeah.
I wanna jump in a little bit because I'm sitting over here just y'all are past it on there. This was
No,
one
go
of the
ahead.
things that happened at con, I guess, for me. Bringing it back to kind of that experience was being just humbled in knowledge, right? I love it. I'm sitting here soaking it up, but not participating, right? But that's something that I know a lot of people that have that kind of hang up, right?
Well, I mean, that's kind of what we're here for, right? Is to share that knowledge.
Yeah.
I sure don't know everything. I'm absolutely learning a lot.
And I'm a total noob. I'm like the youngest one here, and I try, but sometimes y'all just go so far over
All right.
my head.
She's-
I'm not
she's
tall enough to ride
bullshit.
the ride.
She's
I've
absolutely
learned-
bullshit. You put her on some kind of like technological gadget and some code and shit. Nah, man, she'll blow everybody in the water. So she
To
does.
Data's point, though, I have learned more sitting at a bar, just talking to guys, shooting
I did
the
in college.
shit, talking shop than I did in college.
Yep. 1000%.
Can I say this? I'm sitting here just soaking this up, right? But I feel like I'm not participating. So that's the thing. It's just like
No, you
Don't
good.
even worry about it, man.
No, no.
yeah,
You know-
I'm totally
You're here for the
It's all
party.
good.
That's all that matters.
Like every now and then, a topic might come up that you can contribute to. Go for it.
Yeah.
If not,
Sledge, you know what I was thinking?
I get
We
quiet
should
too.
we should do is we should port Open Sesame that Sammy Camcar wrote for the iMe
Yeah.
device over
Yeah.
to the flipper. And that'd be a
There you go.
fucking fun thing to have.
that would
Just
be
open
a-
everybody's garage door.
Oh my
isn't there
god.
already a thing
yes.
for that?
I mean,
It's
there
up-
is, but it's buggy at best and brute forcey at worst.
All right. I'll go for it. Have fun.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So
Do the
that's
thing.
is that
Do
the
the
same?
thing.
It's the same protocol as like they haven't improved upon that very much, have they? It's pretty much
Not
the
to my
same.
knowledge.
Yeah.
The biggest
absolutely not.
challenge, to my
So-
knowledge, is the rolling codes.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, that's the
And
okay.
that's why the flipper's having so many issues. Rolling codes ever really been the flipper's thing, if you catch my drift?
hmm
But if you
Wait,
if
did you
do,
fart?
if you do the right firmware, you can do rolling codes, certain rolling codes, like
Like,
basic
you
garage
can.
door ones.
I'm running Momentum, and sometimes the rolling
Momentum-
codes work. It's just, eh.
So I had wired up just a
Oh,
little.
I broke him by mentioning Momentum.
Yeah.
Look at that
Yeah,
freeze.
you did. Wow.
He's like, nope, nope.
Uno momento.
I need to screenshot that. That's perfect.
You gotta
Ace, your
screenshot.
your
Yes.
face just froze
Yeah,
in like a smile.
I think he's completely broken.
Yeah,
He's like a villain in a
I
freaking
blame
Marvel movie.
Momentum. I'm so sorry for mentioning that, dude. I didn't know that was the secret word of the day, and now that your secret agent code has activated, and now you are a Russian spy again. What do you think of Momentum?
He has no
Nah.
more momentum.
Yeah.
I
Uno
think he
momento.
dropped.
Yeah, I think he did too. I think he lost it.
Yeah, I've been running Momentum. I've liked it so far. It's been more stable for me than a lot of the other options. But I mean, I don't know.
Rest in peace, David.
Rest
Yeah.
in
The
peace,
real one.
David.
Oof.
I have
So-
flippered David successfully, and I feel kind of bad now.
So I've got 3 flippers. One is running Momentum. The other one is, oh, I forget what that one's called. And the other one is just standard default.
Sorry, I
But
lost
yeah,
you, SD.
Momentum is pretty
He's
dope.
back after a reboot. Woo!
Well,
Yeah,
kinda.
I had to reboot it like 3 times.
I'm so sorry. Oh, there he
Device
is
is not
again.
connected.
I think he might be allergic to me. I'm sorry.
I know where he lives. He's probably on Xfinity.
That
There we
explains
go, that makes
everything,
sense, yeah.
actually. Well, if you can tell me where he lives, I probably know the address to the PF Sense box they're running.
Yeah, I
I
agree
can
with that.
fix
The
it.
Rogue Master was it was good when it first came out to introduce the idea, but I think there's better
Yeah, and
firmware out there.
I see them trying to still innovate. Like, I've lurked their Discord still,
Yeah.
but
They
I know
were-
there was a battle of ego there for a while.
They were really rude to Delchi when he hopped into their Discord asking for help, and I still subscribe to them because I liked the firmware, and I don't really use my flipper anymore. But I just dislike how much of a dick they were to him. So that was a big negative.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see
Fucking
that.
gatekeepers.
Like, I've been lurking their Discord, but there's a reason I don't open my mouth in there. Gamecocks.
Ah, nice.
It should be Bangcocks for Sledge. But like, I was getting started making my own flipper applications and just kind of lurking their Discord, but never really saying anything because I'm like, oh yeah, they're gonna be total dicks if I even open my mouth about this. Anyways, so David's backstage. We can leave him back there and just
Oh.
make him wait. Or okay.
Nope, he's back.
So those IO pins on the flipper, I haven't tried them out yet. What's
I was
your
gonna say,
favorite thing.
I have
Add
the,
to it.
He has
I
it.
just got that
That's a
dual,
nice one. Yeah.
the dual touch.
So you like
V2.
that one?
And well, I haven't been able to get it to work properly.
Okay, all right.
Mm.
I tried the Momentum firmware. I tried Unleashed, and nothing seems to work right. with
Oh,
it, so
Unleashed. That's the other one that I have on my
That's
second one.
that's a
Did
good
you-
one. Unleashed.
Did you
is good.
flash both components?
No, I got 3 different flippers. So I
Well,
but
they
he's
come
got it-
pre
he's got
flash.
Okay.
See,
I know,
I
like
don't-
the screens, right? The
Yeah,
additional
they're supposed
antennas,
to
like you
connect
have to
over.
flash
Correct.
that over.
Yeah, there's a color LCD. It's actually, this is interesting. It's actually a
So-
it's a 3-layer LCD that has different colored panels, so it's kind of weird.
What
way they
device is
do
that
that.
specifically?
Hmm?
What
It
device?
allows you to do the double deauth, right? To like
You
fully
see-
deauth and network with 2 antennas.
You don't need 2 antennas to do a deauth. I mean, if
Correct.
you've ever used Eric,
Yeah, the D-State devices don't need them. Cheap.
if
J
your
memory.
Wi-Fi card could go into promiscuous mode, you only need 1 antenna, 1
Oh, that's-
radio.
fair. Well, okay, fair. But
That's true. Yeah.
yeah, but if that's the only thing you've got, right, it'd be faster and easier with 2.
Yeah, you want to target the station, lock the channel, and all that. I mean, I found out that if you deauth, I actually wrote the script for the flipper that detects the MAC range of a device, and when it reaches a device that's made by Ring, it automatically de-offs it when you're near it, so it makes you invisible to Ring cameras.
Yes.
And I tested pretty much every major security brand, and they don't notice that you're de-offing them. They just don't record. They don't alert. They tell the person that the camera's still online, because then it backs up. Sometimes it's configured for Amazon Sidewalk, so it'll back up to Amazon Sidewalk, and it'll tell them that it's online, but it's being DDoS basically. So.
You realize we're streaming live, right?
Oh, that's okay. I was just research. I'm
now.
going to turn into a DEF CON talk. I mean,
I'm working on something in a similar vein with different set of signals.
But that's
Different
freaking
signals.
cool.
And that's a completely different approach to the de-offer I was working on, which relied on a bunch of white papers and particular frequencies to be really inconvenient to certain IoT cam models.
inconvenient.
Inconvenient.
Very inconvenient.
I mean, you could just get a Sludge? One of those Baofeng radios and just jam the whole thing.
I mean, you could. I just
Sort of.
I'm unemployed right now, so don't really have the money to be dropping on stupid projects. stupid
Baofeng radio is like $20 on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
cheapest
yeah.
radio known
But-
to man.
I don't
Yeah,
even have that.
But for jamming,
Evelyn, I'll send you some. I have a
Please
bunch
do.
of them laying
Oh
around.
my god, please do. Please, please, please. I'm broke as
Some of them you can hook up to the computer and use like the software I was using at SDR
Yep.
Sharp and just use that as the radio. You need a
I
cable
think
for
I live
that, but-
far enough away from the airport to be fine having a Baofeng.
come on, bro, use GNU Radio.
GRC, brother.
See,
It's a bitch to learn. I'm still working through it.
People who say they know it still have issues with it. It's,
Yeah, if they say they're a pro at GNU Radio, I'm gonna call bullshit.
Well, what if Drew said that? Yeah, I'd believe him.
Drew is an exception, but because he's actually given me some of those templates that I've used in the past.
Right.
But I don't know if he wrote them or not. I cannot confirm or deny.
honestly, it being Drew, I don't really want to know where he got them from. I'm just going to assume feds.
Yeah.
he's boring. Come on.
Speaking of feds,
Oh, he
What-
knows very interesting people.
what was your first DEF CON? When we go around.
13.
Let's do it again. Let's start over again. Let's
First
start with data.
Yeah, 13 was my first. And then I went to 21 and 32. So for whatever reason, I get reset for 10 years every time. So that's incredible.
Explains the
That's
baby
the
stuff.
recovery window.
Yeah, man. Shorten that one up. How about yourself?
My first DEF CON was 16, and then I went to 25. I think that's 17. I presented at that one, and then I
So-
was at 19.
What did you present at 25?
Drones. We went out the desert and we tested a bunch of vaporware drone defense products.
Listen, were you in Georgia this past week, by any chance?
No, I was in New Jersey actually.
Good cover.
You don't have a doctor in New Jersey. Remember the virtuals that one year where they had the people were making virtuals? You know what that is?
Yeah, when they spoof the number you have to be broadcasting, but
No.
No.
It's when you create a person basically.
Oh.
If you're
Oh,
that's the joke. I'm a doctor in New Jersey. If you're a wet nurse in New Jersey, you can birth records into existence by just going to the Social Security office and saying he was, this child was born 2 years ago on a farm. I'm a wet nurse. Like to get a birth certificate, Social Security number, and then you get a credit profile established for him.
Interesting.
And then when
was
you're
good.
done,
Yeah.
you go to Florida and you're a funeral director, and you just
Somebody's been listening to Chris Rock.
fortunate accident.
Something Nantucket.
It was a farm accident. Kid got stuck in a carbide harvester. It happens to the best of us.
I launched a man from Nantucket.
I
Kind of
feel like
unfortunate.
Mitnick's trick where he would get some kid who was born in one state but died young and then essentially bring them to another state because the registry did not cross states back then.
There once was a man in Nantucket who learned how to kick the bucket.
One time I met Kevin Mitnick after one of his talks in Phoenix, and we went out to dinner for this. Like, we went out to a lunch to one of my favorite restaurants in Scottsdale, and I saw him at the end of the dinner. We had a great dinner, and I saw him get into an Uber, and I saw the Uber immediately drive through a red light and almost get clipped by a car, and I was like, oh my god, they're gonna kill Kevin Mitnick.
And then he rip.
Yeah,
Rest in
They
peace,
were
Kevin.
trying to free Kevin.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Oh,
too
God.
soon, too soon.
Far too soon. Holy shit.
Oh man, that really sucks. What happened to Kevin?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we miss him.
I was at the Cyber Investing Summit in like 2015 or 16 in New York, and I had gone only because I heard Kevin Mitnick was going to be there. I could not afford a ticket to that shit, so I called up, and I'm like, "Hi, I'm a journalist from 2600 Magazine. I'd like to interview Kevin Mitnick," and they let me come in, and I did it, and it was pretty fucking cool.
Wow.
I
Which
can't
2600
say-
did that go in the magazine?
So I wrote up an article for it, but they never published it. But I still have the video of me interviewing him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can't say the name of the conference, but there's like this private conference we do every year, and I think David is familiar with what I'm talking about. And
Yeah.
Mitnick used to show up every year, and he'd give us all his cards, and that's ties into our TSA story where that TSA agent ripped apart my freaking Kevin card.
That would make yeah.
I
There's fighting
remember.
words if you're not the TSA, and it's like I hate you.
Mhm.
I may allegedly may have accidentally brought a bullet onto a plane once, and I got
I
taken
have.
into the back room where you get the finger.
Yeah,
snitches,
I know that
Hey.
room well.
and there's no
The
mirrors in that room.
TSA
There's no
hole.
cameras, and you're like,
A-hole.
Dude, I learned the hard way. Don't use your range bag as a carry.
yeah, don't.
Also, other things I've learned the hard way: do not eat Taco Bell before getting the TSA.
Oh no!
I accidentally went
yeah,
onto
man.
a plane with
I don't know.
VCR cleaner from a sex shop. Eh.
Well, I
And
mean, how
also-
else are you supposed to film it?
Don't eat airport ceviche. I was throwing up for 4 hours on the plane.
Well, for that matter, don't put on hand lotion right before you go through the thing, because if they swab you, you'll register for everything. It'll be like explosives. The thing will light up. All guys will run to you.
Yeah, because glycerin
like-
is fucking lotion.
I swear it's lotion. For what? What were you using lotion for? No comment.
I was
It-
jacking off, bro. Give me a break.
Actually, no, just come out and say that and make it awkward, because I found out that works for me almost every time with the TSA.
Yo,
I'm bi, so they probably have on my file like, oh, hey, so they had a female attempt the butt finger thing first, and I made it as weird as possible to see if I could weird her out of it. Didn't work. Next time a guy did it, and I made it as weird as possible, and now no one knows who to send. And
You
it's
need- you
hilarious
need-
watching them be like, you do it. No, you do
Man,
it. No, I don't
You
want to
need, you
do
need
it.
business cards and a dice. It's just like the shocker on one side, right? And then like,
Mhm.
you know, man or woman. It's just y'all go play dice and come back and let me know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, draw straw.
Attribution dice.
Determine who I'm going to rip the fart in the face.
All right.
of.
the most
My,
awkward part of TSA I've ever had was I had my go bag and I just randomly last minute packed it for DEF CON, and I left what's called balls cream in the bag, which is a big
Yep.
bottle of basically Nair for men. So it's a big brown bottle that says balls on it.
I think the most important
And they
question here is
found
why
it in the
fuck
scanner
did you have
and
this?
put it up on top of the thing. And the lady's like, whose is this? And I was like, oh, yeah, that's me.
I mean,
Most of the time it's a razor. Sometimes we would get a vibrator.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, look, balls cream. You know, you need that.
My,
There's
uh,
a drink down here. I don't know if it's nationwide. It's balls. BAW.
I have it. I said it right next to my
Yeah.
mustache
Yeah.
screen.
in the blue bottle.
That was my
I saw it
first
at
actual
Micro Center.
conference. Was a gaming conference, the CPL in Dallas. And what I remember about that is they would stand up and yell horse shit, and then
Choke
oh
ball?
fuck balls, and then they just like chunk cases of stuff at the crowd.
Yep.
So yeah, there was just a bunch of really wired out teenagers running around that.
That sounds great, actually. Like, sign me up.
It's like a generation after Mountain Dew was the thing.
I have indeed chugged the balls.
Surge.
Yeah,
I can
Surge.
confirm.
We
Oh,
had an
God,
Amazon
Surge.
bot that
Oh,
was
God.
trolling Amazon for when you remember when Surge came back a couple
Yep.
years ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had a bot that
Man.
was looking at Amazon for when it came back on the market, and we ended up with a case. It was
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
I ended up with 2 of them. They were easy to find.
It was after a while, but at the start it was hit and miss.
Yes. The fact that it's gone now makes me sad. I do love me some Surge.
I
You know,
probably have one in my closet somewhere.
You can still get it
Actually,
from
drink
they still make it in Europe somewhere. You can.
They
order
they
on
have it
eBay.
at Dollar
I
Tree.
feel like
over
making
here.
like an old school nightcap, like a Surge and a Four Loco. Just like
The original Four Loco.
The original Four Loco. Yeah.
The original, not the new formula.
Yeah.
And
All right.
There's nobody left to talk about the original formula. We've lost the.
So 2 stories, right? When I got my first Surge after it came back, I had my neighbors come over and we were playing Pogs, drinking Surge and eating
Pogs.
Lunchables.
Hogs. Yeah.
And like bringing back the 90s, right? And then the Four Loco, we had the OG shit back in the day, and me and the girl I took to the carnival on a date with tried to set a record of how many times you could flip on the zipper, and then we shared a romantic experience puking it up in a trash can, and it looks like spray foam when it comes out.
That's what a date with Sledge is like, and he wonders why he can't get a girl.
Muscles tightening, sweat, bent over, regretting your choices.
According to Reddit, they're going to re-release.
Bodily fluids came out either way.
Yeah, it's a good time for somebody.
Well, good times were had for sure. We just threw up.
And maybe you don't remember all the good times, but I mean, they were had. They were there.
Hey, there was no Ambien in that one.
Steve, you know C-Pro?
Yeah, we were just talking about him.
Oh, remember when he got walked out of DEF CON that year because he was fucking around in the hotel Wi-Fi?
Well,
and I just saw them exiting, and they had just CRT monitors just stacked up behind him. They were carrying a cart through the middle.
I have to ask though, which time? Didn't he get kicked out twice?
Oh, he was permanently banned for like 3 years. He got kicked out twice. Yeah.
Homeboy fucked around and definitely found out.
It's like I heard about the Wi-Fi one, and then he was telling me about how he found an open server rack and plugged an Ethernet cable into it to run his shit.
And then they found him in like 10 minutes.
Oh, it's almost like you would just follow the cable back. Weird.
I can tell what devices on what board. Wild.
Introducing the no.
So
I was a good talk there. How to not be at the end of that cable at the end of the day.
Dude, I was scooting that year with the Wi-Fi incident, and I heard it over the radio, and I was like, I might know who that is.
Yeah, you had that same feeling this year with me, but it wasn't me.
This year was good, man. That new venue's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I had some reservations about it, but it turned out pretty good, I would argue.
Overall, I would arguably, wholeheartedly say it's better than the last setup. Being in one building instead of walking 10 fucking miles a day to get between talks and areas.
You know, I'm still pissed that they took Delchai's fucking suitcase full of shit, though, because he had his bone box he made that was from that 2600 article he wrote in there. And, you know, we packed up all the gear except for like that. We bring it to the car and we come back and that's gone. You know, it's fucking bullshit, man. The AV guys supposedly accidentally took it, but then we found out they didn't. And it's like Delchai thinks that there's a bunch of people who just kind of troll the conference at the end and take shit.
Oh yeah.
No, that's confirmed.
True, man. Yeah, he
that's
had a
not
bunch
even a thing.
stolen. Yeah.
I had a bunch of shit stolen out of the back of my truck. My first DEF CON, actually.
I had my truck stolen. Not at DEF CON, but...
Have you tried not driving a Cybertruck?
Oh, man. Listen, that's something I'd love to take a crack at one day.
I mean,
Hacking
if
the
you
a
would
trap.
like, I am happy to show you some of my proprietary tools for cyber trucking.
Yeah, it's right down the road from me too. All those triage tents.
And before you get flooded with DMs, what proprietary you're talking about?
Flooded. How many people watch this podcast?
You would actually be surprised, especially given how many
Yeah.
great actors.
Every
Yeah,
now
well,
and then
what
we
if
push 3. I'm like, oh, cool.
I'm already on
Right
Mercury
now,
Shooter.
there's a total of 9 people watching live.
Let's
But it
go.
is rebroadcast, and then like you'll watch a day later, and it'll say like 200-300 usually.
Yeah, like we don't get
So
the
it's
real
us
number.
and a 3-letter like.
It's
And of
us,
course
the
there's the
3-letter
3 letters.
agencies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
they're definitely feds watching.
Oh yeah, I found that one out the hard way. I have to keep my mouth shut in some of these stories.
Goddamn feds.
Like,
Uh-oh.
holy crap! I was PMing Havoc, like, dude, outside my apartment, dude. Like the day after I was on the first episode with the hacked badges.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like,
What?
oh hey,
All right, let me hear
that's
that.
an
Yeah.
Xfinity
That's how I
band,
met
but
her.
We use Comcast here. I mean, we don't use Comcast here, so like, what's the van doing?
yeah, at least
That-
get the right
Oh,
ISP
yeah.
on the outside of the truck, you know?
Right?
That's actually how kind of all this pretty much came to fruition. Is I met her at DEF CON over the badges.
Yeah,
And they were
actually,
like,
I didn't
let's do an
crash
episode.
Sledge's badge, but like Sledge's badge wouldn't crash. But I was going around DEF CON crashing everyone's badges.
That was you?
Yeah,
Nice.
thank you.
I had the extra RAM chip in there, so it didn't affect me.
In fact, the code actually worked, and he got unlimited waters in game.
Yeah.
This year was straight out of textbook, so I showed up a couple days late. I was a little delayed. It was a very long walk from B-Sides to DEF CON this year for me. And I got there, and they're like, okay, here's this badge. Go see, that shady dude over there, and let him immediately plug something into your hardware and put something new
Oh,
on.
yeah. That's the guy I
Yeah.
worked with. He installed the RAM for me.
Yeah. I go there, and I don't intend to put anything in anything, right? That. Let me
Right.
back that up. But there's some nuance there.
Yes,
There's some nuance there, but yeah.
Yes, you did.
Nope.
Didn't you
I'm
say you
done.
had kids?
Yes, I
That's
know
how it
that
happens.
works.
That's just how it works.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's let David talk. He had some points to make. And then let's, I
Yes.
don't know. We can't let this go on for 4 hours again.
Fuck you.
What points? What do you mean?
I don't know. You were
Putting me on
saying
the
something
spot.
about Xbox and yada yada. I don't know.
Oh, you keep trying to get him to talk about the Xbox stuff. You know, he said he doesn't want to.
Oh,
Mhm.
back in the day we built a lag switch, and then when we started modding Xboxes for to cheat in Halo, basically,
Mhm.
and Call of Duty, the lag switches really worked. If you just wired the Ethernet cable and then just disconnected to TXRX for a second, it would lag everybody, and then you could take some
I
no
see.
scope shots.
Nice.
But then when Microsoft started going around and banning people from Xbox Live with modded Xboxes, we had to figure out a way to like dual home 2 Xboxes, put one in front of the other with a legit game running, and then basically play through the Xbox behind it. It was really complicated networking, but we got it to work.
Cool.
That sounds cool.
We thrown a hack forum for that back in the day.
What are you up to today?
I'm still working on consulting, basically. Yeah, I heard you shut yours down. Is that right?
No, it's still up.
No, he's
We're working
Oh.
on 2 engagements right now.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Well, I guess one is
Speaking
done.
of,
Speaking of,
Sledge, we got to finish that one that's mine too.
Yeah.
yeah, about to say it's smelling a little fishy up in here. If you catch my drift.
I was assuming it was done, so I did need to ping you back about that.
Who's your mom?
Well, we never got DA. We did get initial access, but that was kind of the goal.
It sounded like the test was done based on that guy's response, though.
Can you just golden ticket your way to DA?
Kerber roasting Kerber. No.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
we
all
did
else
actually
fails,
Kerber
So-
find the
so
DA
hold up.
Is that
and
is that
show
still
me.
the target?
Hold up.
No,
We-
I mean, if you can't get it,
Yeah.
So, initially, I've only heard rumors of this happening, but we ran standard responder, but it took down the network. And then we started noticing that we're man in the middling outbound traffic. And we're like, whoa. So we turn it off, network comes back on, they fix some stuff or change some things, run it again, we get some hashes. One of them was relayable, but it was nothing we could really use. From there, we were curb roasting, and it lit them up like a Christmas tree. And they texted us, be like, what are you guys doing? I'm like, yeah, or Frank, or whoever, was like, yeah, it's a pen test, basically.
Yeah, they know. The SOC knows at this point, but we still want to try and pop it, you know?
Do we still have time is the question.
2 more days, man.
Okay. That last response I saw, I figured it was done yesterday.
Y'all need me to FAFO?
Yeah. Hey, Evelyn, if you want to cop in, you're welcome to.
I mean, there's no way I can make it worse.
Yeah.
I can't fuck it up even worse, so.
We already took their network down. I mean, it's already like, whoops.
I mean, that's already a finding. Like, what?
Get what you pay for. No.
We made them pay half up front. That way.
There you go. That's it.
The fishing one, we gotta get our asses in gear now that we got the PBX up. We gotta start, finishing that one too, Sledge.
You guys need some help with that? I got some sweet fishing domains.
So that doesn't matter.
We have a few.
I don't know.
Will happily borrow
Mine are
some
pretty
domains, DNS records at least, so that we can.
If you have something longer than mine.
I used to have them registered with Google domains, and then.
So, phishing is out
over
of scope.
Squarespace.
Well, Squarespace wouldn't register them. They're like, we don't understand what these are. And I was like, okay, just release the registration. I registered them with GoDaddy. GoDaddy didn't give a fuck. And then I got a call from their verification department like, what do you plan to do with these domains?
So the point...
Have any of you successfully registered Punycode domains? Because I've tried and nobody ever lets me register them.
Yeah, GoDaddy will. They'll let you register intermingled, and the Punycode's domains that we register are all Latin, but they'll let you intermingle.
Nice.
So let me ask you guys. So the scope of this engagement is only voice phishing. Okay. So the idea is to reset passwords.
Okay. All right.
And over the last few calls I've made, we've mapped out the network to an extent to where we know how the emails are formulated. It's employee ID number at company.org or whatever.
Okay.
And we cannot get the employee ID. We have every employee's social security number, address, phone number, spouse's name, everything, but not the employee ID number. I found one chump that actually gave me the employee ID number one time.
So why don't you just
I'm trying to use that. I tried to use that again, and it went straight to a manager, and they hung up on me. So I think he got reamed.
You can't just directory harvest the thing.
That's what we're working on now. It's a 6-digit employee ID, and we can.
That's easy.
They've got to be serialized.
Yeah,
just move up the.
Just iterate. Yeah.
So it's not in sequence. I've tried that. So I'm working on. I'm trying to find a good tool to go through like number 1 through 20,000 or something on the Microsoft login page. See which numbers exist, which ones don't. Put that into a list, and then the idea is send off a bunch of emails and see who responds with out of band for the holidays, and then we can correlate those numbers with names, and then boom, we're done.
I mean, even then,
is there a perp plugin you have address?
But also, even if you didn't, you could still do like you would a normal directory harvest and figure out what doesn't respond with a or doesn't get responded to with a undeliverable message, and then you have your emails at least.
Well, no,
Anybody have a Stripe
it
card
comes
printer?
down to their email addresses are not the ones that we have. So we have user or first dot last at target.com.
Yes,
but that's not the email they use for Hotmail or Outlook.
Okay.
That's the email they use.
They have a login that's separate. It's their employee ID. They log in with that, but their email is not necessarily tied to that employee ID, like in the same way normally it would be.
They're probably using if
Just
they're
call
on, if they're
HR.
on Office, yeah, they're probably using the app proxy.
Do they have any
services.
sales guys?
Yeah,
They'll do anything. They'll do anything for sales. Just
Yeah.
ask.
every guy is in scope. So,
Yeah, we'll get it.
Do some
How much
sales
longer do we have
guys.
on that one, Sledge?
say again.
How much longer do we have on the fishing campaign?
Till the end of the month.
Yeah, cool.
But I would say end of the week.
Go fishing on Christmas.
You can't just sit outside the building and do spin this wheel for free coffee. Check via your employee ID, and you have them enter their employee ID, and they say, "Oh, you don't win anything." And then the next guy, every third guy, you give coffee.
So we were using a thing called FakeCallerID.io, and we were trying to call actual employee cell phone numbers that we found, and they were quote restricted numbers, and we got banned from that service because the idea was, hey, this is IT department. We got a fraudulent or like a remote random login from your account. We need you to verify your employee ID so we can close out this alert, something like that, and then see how far we can get with that. But now we spun up our own PBX, so I'll probably try that again tomorrow.
Can we spoof numbers off of that?
Yeah.
How does their voicemail system work? Can you use that?
Oh, good thought. Yeah, call up the voicemail
Oh.
as the number.
I wonder if the
Oh,
extension
that
goes
was
to the
right
employee
after.
IDs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Is it
that's what I would
or-
start looking at, is if the extension is employee ID.
I don't think so.
No, yeah, it'd be-
We could
I don't know.
try it. I
No,
know
but it could be their voicemail password.
If it's
We
health-
have
healthcare,
one-
it's not. They're not going to be able to do that.
we have
They
one
should
employee ID, so we could work with that.
Nice.
I couldn't believe that worked. I'm sitting here like, holy shit, okay.
And you were how many beers in, and what time was it? Because I remember.
Okay,
being
don't answer that
boring.
question. Don't,
Yeah,
don't
no.
answer that. Your insurance
Yep.
might go up.
Your insurance might go up.
It was like 5 in the morning or some shit.
Yeah, and I was still awake because insomnia, and I was just looking at the phone like, wait, he fucking did it. That genius. Oh my god.
Mm.
Yep, that's got my wheels turning.
I need to jump in with y'all. I know I'm in the group. I just haven't had the chance to like sit down and do it. But I ain't doing shit this week, so I'll help you guys.
We do need a new voice. I think my voice is starting to get recognized.
I feel like I can help with that. I've got a few of them floating around.
Yeah,
here.
some fresh faces would work. That would probably help a lot, actually.
I've got the pretext all laid out. Everything.
You just
Just need a
need
new voice.
domain expansion.
If you listen to that last recording I had, I was trying to sound old, like slow.
Did you guys try the mimic, like set up, broadcast yourself as a second RDC controller and then clone Active Directory? Because you get a replica copy of the
That's out of scope.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, on the phishing campaign it is, but not on
Only if
ours.
they're-
But we can't do a
Mm.
what do they call that? There's a name for that attack. It's
it's RDC attack.
uh,
I think.
No, it's part of shit, my brain's not working anymore. It's in Mimikatz, and you set up essentially what looks like a new domain controller. You ask the first one, like, "Hey, I'm a new domain controller. Send me a hash of everybody." But you need
So
like
you're
a
talking
DA
about
account to
DC
do that.
sync.
DC
Yeah.
sync. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
Brain
that's-
fart on that one.
Okay. I call that a tool, not a hack, but it is a
Well,
hack
it-
too. Yeah.
Well, you can also take over like a particular, if you have execution on a machine as administrator, but you don't have any domain accounts, you can
There's
basically mimic that computer in Active Directory by stealing its Active Directory hash, passing the hash, and then say, please authenticate this user, and it'll give you users one hash at a time. Or it'll give you hashes one user at a time.
What's
Yeah.
that called?
pass the hash, isn't it?
It's a new one.
just
It's a new, yeah, it's
it's
a
flavor
it
of it.
uses that, but
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called.
Have you seen the newest one?
Who's ready to
what
do
is
that with
it?
JWT?
What was it
Too
called?
soon?
Time roasting. Have you heard of that one?
Time roasting was interesting. We got 2 hashes from that.
It tickles
Alrighty.
the SMB server and gets hashes from the NTP server.
That's cool.
Oh, that's neat.
Is that the Tomcat vulnerability that came out today?
No, it came out last year, but I just started hearing about it a couple weeks ago.
Oh, there's straight up a Tomcat
here's-
vulnerability that's out right
That,
now.
that was in
Really?
the Kev last week. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's fun. What
Yeah,
is this? Is this are y'all still seeing a lot of on-prem or is it cloud? Where is this? I'm assuming I'm hearing AD and VoIPs and PBX is
All right,
on-prem.
so we are mixing two different tests at once. Mine is voice only. The
Mhm.
other one is internal only.
Yeah, but it's broad question there. You know.
Okay.
Does the IPv6 trick work still?
I didn't see IPv6.
Well, as long as the
yes.
computer is configured for it, you can basically advertise routes and then become the domain controller for a second.
Yeah, I like to use Pretender for like IPv6 when it's running. Because it's like responder plus MITM6. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. If Responder knocked over the network, I'm afraid to see what Pretender will do.
Yeah, I'm scared to use it.
Some people are going to have no idea what we're talking about.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
there's a
they're
very
going to Google it and learn.
specific
Yeah.
subset of people who will, and the other, again, as Sledge said, will Google it and learn.
I'm sitting here thinking like I've got NDAs and I've got this, that, and like that's still active. I can't talk about any of this shit. Fuck.
Just don't. As long as you don't say
no
client
fun
Yeah,
names.
if you don't give clients names, you can talk about
Yeah,
anything.
it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Yeah, NDA is just non-attributable. That's all NDA stands for. Don't
Yeah.
Just say company Bob and company Alice and this one guy Charlie did XYZ and call it a day.
The NDA is the no dumbass form. As long as your OPSEC is not slopsec, you're fine.
I love that term slopsec. It is great.
It's a new one.
It's a lot easier when it's sassy.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
It's sassy
I'm
slop
feeling fat and sassy.
No damn attribution. NDA. There we go.
There you go.
Did it.
Nice. Yeah, all this fun with WebSockets, man. Just like
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Talk
just put
about
your pants
that.
down and basically what would I look at it like Telnet now.
I was looking at some of those
Yeah.
links you sent me, and I'm like, huh.
It's ridiculous. You can go anywhere, and in cloud it's really fun because you can end up on the same IP block as most of your targets, and there's absolutely no way to block it. So if you find WebSockets anywhere, you can essentially right there make your target believe that you're them, and then
That's what's so great about
routing most
Docker.
traffic. Yeah,
That
Yeah,
reminds
yeah,
me of
yeah.
the old fucking proxy trick where you'd reverse proxy into the network when it was misconfigured.
Yeah. The developers they did this thing where they were like, there's security at these layers. So what we'll do is we'll take all the great things we learned here and get
Throw 'em in the
shit
window?
faced and put it up here instead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sledge, can you send me that he sent you on WebSockets? I want to take a look at that.
Yeah, send that to me too.
So I've been using this, and this is why I can't talk about. Yes, theoretically for educational purposes only, and the
Disclaimer.
tools out there. Yeah. There's a lot of vendors that don't understand what's on their websites, and when they start talking to each other, because you're going to see that traffic anyway, because big sassy stuff likes to hang out together and whatnot. It's fun. It's fun when you don't when you get confusion about who should be handling this because they can't determine who's actually got the problem because they all got it.
That's great.
I still find I
yeah.
was about to say I still find response splitting everywhere. A lot of places.
Yeah.
Holy
With
shit.
anyone with a load balancer, especially if it's F5.
You know what I didn't expect to find in this tin of cookies? A Cobalt Strike CD.
Sweet.
Oh shit, that's as bad as the sewing kit.
I have the source code for that.
Like when your grandma goes to DEF CON and you open up those like butter cookies for Christmas, it's just a stack of like malware.
Sewing kit.
Yeah.
It's malware.
Flash
No,
drives
no.
that say I promise this isn't malware.
It's a pile of ESP32s with random wires going to them.
You get a flash drive with like some really faded Sharpie on the side that says IT, do not remove.
No. You always
Pass that
what
tag. 111.
HR evaluations on the
131.
outside. Come on.
I think that's
It's
the,
true.
Hey, Data, I only see one link you sent me, but I'm pretty sure you sent me more.
Yeah,
Delete something?
there's a tool called WS Tunnel out there that lets you tunnel traffic over WS socket.
Oh, now it's
And-
loaded.
Yeah, and then
Okay,
once you
here's
get
the other
there, you can do
ones.
things. Where's the other tool that's out there?
If I haven't posted
WS, yeah,
throw it
you
in the
can do
private
a lot of
chat.
this by hand, right? You could just literally
Absolutely.
SSL open SSH tunnel through it, which is fun. And the cool thing is, right, especially in cloud, this is really cool because all of them basically allow you to sit on their backplane, at some layer. And so there's not a good way. I don't think they intended that, right, for you to mimic their services. So,
That's kind of the Microsoft card.
There's
Yeah.
a really great book called Unix Network Programming that's basically about the socket API, the networking API. And if you read that book, you'll be an
Where
expert.
is it?
What's
I
the name
have
of the
all
book?
3 of them.
It's called the Unix Network Programming Volume 1,
Yep.
Socket
And
Networking
Advanced
API.
TCP IP Networking, Volume 2. And then BSD sockets, I think is number 3.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Unix Network Socket
They
Programming.
made those books make
Yeah.
a perfect monitor stand. Once you've
They
read
do.
it. And yeah.
So instead of upgrading and repairing PC books from Scott Mueller, remember that?
We need to upgrade from pizza boxes. They work.
Is it the one from Addison Wesley Professional Computer Series?
W.
Mhm.
Stevens.
Yeah, the red book, or white book with the red cover on
Yep.
it.
White book with like a yellow stripe.
Oh, I was thinking of the one with blue. It has a blue cover, or it has a white cover with a blue stripe.
White cover, blue stripe.
Yeah.
It's,
It's by W. Stevens. Really good book.
So the other really cool one that I run into, and this one I maybe was custom to the application I was attacking, but WebSockets doesn't have like a built-in authentication or timeout. So if
That
you
one?
can connect to it,
Yeah, that one.
yeah. Wow. I got in a in high school.
God,
I
how
got
old
in-
is that?
Oh, it's old because I got in a argument.
It's old,
with
but it
my,
teaches you the basics.
older than me.
Fundamentals.
Yeah. My
Good
German
thing I
Probably
changed
teacher.
older than me, honestly.
I got in a fight with my high school German teacher because I was reading C programming in that book in her class, and I successfully argued that I could speak through with C, and it was a foreign language, right? And I said, I can, like, my C can understand your German, which is total bullshit, but but German can't understand C, so yeah, that
Yeah,
was
good
nerdy.
argument.
My bad.
Well
Sweet.
done. So what else do we want to talk about tonight?
I don't know. We're running up. We're running
We're
the
at
clock.
2 hours and 17
Yeah.
minutes. You guys want to keep going?
I think I'm going to have to ditch here in a minute. Tomorrow's the 24th, and I have a frick ton of food I'm going to have to cook.
Hell yeah.
I smoked a brisket this past weekend. We love
Nice.
that. Yeah, we love that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
also
yeah,
putting that up on that.
I literally have
Data's-
bread I gotta go make.
Data's signature. Hell yeah.
Make you guys a brisket one day.
Please do.
I would love a
Can
brisket,
we
man.
Yeah.
I
can
love
we talk
brisket.
for a
It's good.
second about the China hacking into our phone system? Who knows about
Hell yeah.
617 here?
The text message thing.
Well, assume nobody knows what
Okay.
you're talking about.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
talk SS7 and let's
So-
go.
Yeah. So the China has deeply penetrated all basically, and this is why they won't tell anyone what's going on.
Mhm.
What I understand is a database that they were holding everyone's calls and texts in. It was a federal database that the NSA was using or something. One of the federal, one of the 3-letter agencies, and that's what they got into, and they can't get them out. So it's less that I think individual like telecoms got hacked, and more that they
The NSA
screwed up.
got hacked.
Yeah.
Who watches The Watchmen? Apparently, it's now China.
No, it's
They're
always
running.
been the
Listen, they're
NRO.
doing a great job with Microsoft servers. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
fair.
I didn't have a single outage the whole time they were there.
You know, there's a problem when they're telling you to use encrypted messaging now.
Yep.
Yep.
And they're not even no longer
That-
recommending responsibly managed encryption
Yep.
because I guess their backdoor for those got popped too.
Yep, that's a
So,
whole nother
they're like,
episode
"Use
topic
Signal."
right there. Yeah, that's a whole nother episode topic. I feel like
I
they're
got-
trying to introduce backdoors again.
They did say that 80 telcos got breached, which is kind of absurd.
We're about those backdoors here.
Yeah.
So, how about that cactus in the desert? Yeah, what cons are good to go to?
Yeah, my first
That's a
con
question I
was
wanted, like-
Cactus Con. Cactus Con is good. It's
Yeah.
coming up. The tickets just got released, so buy them.
Go to Cactus Con. I wish TorCon was still around because I loved that one.
B-Sides is still around, isn't it?
Yeah, B-sides
who-
everywhere. Any
Who was
city.
that was
Wild West Hacking
running
Fest, I
TorCon?
hear good things about.
You know, funny story. When I lived in Strongsville, Ohio, I lived right across from David Kennedy.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, when he gave the keynote at Cactus Con that one year, I recognized him and I was like, "Whoa, this is weird." And he gave me a hug.
You're my neighbor.
Yeah. But if you ever see Dave Kennedy, give him a hug. He loves that.
Hmm.
He's cool.
He loves the
Yeah.
awkward hugs.
I
You
always
ever,
do. I see him about once a year.
You got to ice him too. Get some natty ice.
We're still doing that in 2024?
Yep.
Oh God. Okay.
Why not?
Because they're god awful.
Yeah, that's the point. They're
Mhm.
cheap,
I mean,
god
that's
awful.
fair, but
Yeah.
god
Do you guys
awful.
remember the
Get
beer
you some
phone?
Pabst.
Have you ever used that at DEF CON? Where
The-
you call up this service during DEF CON and wherever you are, you tell them where you are, and someone comes with a trolley and brings you a beer. It's great.
That's cool. No,
My friend
what?
Shannon used to run that.
We need to
That's
get
good.
that service going again. I haven't not seen that recently.
I don't
Oh,
think
told us
they
we couldn't
allow
this year,
that
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, that was a thing.
It was a thing.
Yeah.
It needs to
There
be
were a lot of
thing again.
backpacks full of beer and ice sitting in the rooms this year.
I mean, I was walking around with a Camelback full of vodka or beer or something and just pouring people shots as I'm on the clock. And that used to be acceptable. Nowadays, you'll get insta-fired if you do that. So I can't do that anymore.
Bummer.
Uh,
Bummer,
you-
man. Yeah.
You know, it's almost like they're trying to have a professional image nowadays.
Fuck that shit.
It's turning into
Nonsense.
Black
Not
Hat,
sorry.
god damn
Yeah.
it.
Absolute nonsense.
Oh, Black Hat got sold, right? So
Hacker summer camp. Dude.
Infotech or whatever is not owning it anymore.
What should I
Really?
do with an ESP cam?
I'll take that.
I guess you could install Motion Eye on it and try
So
to
hold up,
use it
hold
as a
up.
surveillance camera.
Elaborate on the Black Hat transition. What do you know about that?
Oh, they sold the conference like 3 years ago, so Informatech isn't doing it anymore.
I didn't even think it was Informatech.
It was when
thought
I
it
was
was somebody
helping.
else.
Or Casey was the man back then.
I thought it Wait. All right, we'll talk offline about that. But I thought it was a company that starts with like G. I can't remember the name specifically.
Google.
Yeah,
20,
I'll Google it.
2018, Informatech sold to CMP Media.
So please no
Or-
more Google on the stream, guys. At least for a
I
few
thought it was
episodes.
something else.
Yeah, that was a pretty politically charged episode, wasn't it?
Yep, surprised it's still on YouTube. Let's let that one tick down for a few, okay, guys?
Hmm. Whew.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
I must have missed your last stream.
Maybe for good reason. I mean, nothing.
I like to really just really get into it, so I watched that right before I jumped on here, and it was
Oh no.
yeah.
Let's not get banned from YouTube, please.
Yeah, let's.
Not again. We're already demonetized. We don't want to get kicked off.
Just don't say grape.
We are forever
Grape
demonetized.
them in the mouth.
Any
I'm gonna grape you in the mouth.
Yeah, for decades and decades and decades. Tired to the radiator.
Have y'all ever microwaved a grape?
I have to rest in peace, Trevor Moore. You were genuinely a candidate of your time. God, we miss you. That unfortunate dick sucking accident.
Hey, you can't say that, you fuck.
No. If you go back and watch, the guys that did the show with him were on a podcast of some sort, and they were talking about how he died. He was trying to suck his own dick. and it's hilarious. You should look that up. No joke.
Wait a minute.
It does exist.
You can't
comedian?
achieve enlightenment.
Yeah, the comedian.
Oh, nice.
How Trevor Moore died. The guys that do Whitest Kids You Know with him went on a podcast and said, now that's not how he actually died, but it's a very Trevor Moore thing to do. So they had a good laugh about it.
I feel like this is going back to my childhood where everyone said that Marilyn Manson removed a rib so he could suck his own.
I remember that. That was a very popular
remember that
rumor.
one.
Where did that go from? Where did that come from?
Also, that he would
Man,
call from the Wonder
That was
Years.
you don't know about this. Okay, let me tell you about a time before Google. When it was just too damn bad that you didn't know something.
Oh, Yahoo.
Better make bullshit. Yeah.
We're the Nintendo Power magazines, man. That's how we did it. Prima's official guides.
You know, I'd love to get a hold of like just stack of those discs that came out of like the PC Mag and stuff. Just go
I
ahead
still
and
have
run it
some.
through the scanner. Yeah, like
Nice.
I was bragging in one of our other chats about I still have Beavis and Butthead, the game Hockaloogie, on a floppy drive.
Dope.
You could probably make a crypto based off of that and call it like the real Loogie coin. I don't know.
We should have a Chatsubo bridge on
Oh,
one
I know.
of our casts.
Okay.
Wait.
Larry suit,
Dude.
Leisure Suit Larry coin. How about that?
No. Hold on.
God,
Chat,
Leisure
a
Suit Larry.
Chatsubo bridge on
that's
our
old.
PBX. But isn't that already done for
Mm,
2600?
No. That's the phone booth, Mojave
Yeah.
phone booth.
Yeah, man, that'd be cool to have a.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I could probably figure it out if you guys give me enough time and beer.
Have
Uh,
people
you-
call in.
Yeah. WebSockets.
WebSockets, all the WebSockets.
You could WebSockets to your PBX, honestly.
Dial extension boobies for more information.
Doesn't HTTP3 handle that, or is it still using WebSockets?
I was just thinking because WebSockets is high throughput and real low on the complexity. So
I don't know.
sure
I
you
don't-
could do
I
it
know
with
nothing
HTTP3, yeah, or 2, right? Would you even have 3 on like available there?
I'm just saying, I don't really know much about new HTTP3, but I've heard that it does the same functionality that a WebSocket would do.
I wonder how many issues there are with Quick that haven't been found yet, too.
Are they rolling out 3? Are y'all seeing that anywhere? I mean, we're primarily 2 now, I guess. We still have some old
Well,
stuff.
it's no longer based on TCP. It's based on Quick.
I am not familiar with that. Interesting.
Quick, it's like UDP based, but at the same
Google
time,
invented it.
Yeah. Google made it.
Wow. Yeah, we can't get into that because we will all sound like tinfoil hat wearing. Like, why are you making all this software and firing all the people that made that? And then, you know,
We only wear our tinfoil hats sometimes, but we have to take them off sometimes because Google gets mad at us if we leave them on. I
Yeah.
wonder why. I mean,
Mm.
nothing. We're not allowed to talk about Google on the stream. My bad.
Good
All right,
old
ladies, we're
Fair.
hitting 2.5 hours. Let's
Yeah.
start wrapping up.
Yeah, I gotta eat. All right, you don't keep this physique by starving yourself or working out. So, like, I gotta go stuff my face, and none of y'all want to hear that.
Nom, 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 nom.
Give us some ASMR. You know,
Onlynoms.com.
there you go.
Subscribe
Well-
to my only noms.
Dataplex and Pacer Tracker. I want to thank you both for coming on the cast today.
Thank you.
Had a
Thank
great
you.
time shooting the shit with you, and I hope you come on again in the future.
Thanks for coming hang out.
Absolutely.
Welcome
sure.
to the virtual bar.
Yep.
Hello.
Oh, it's all blurred out. Yeah.
Sadly, the drinks are all virtual too. Otherwise, I'd be a
Mhm.
lot happier.
I
How
need
do we
one of
wanna-
those Tesla bots.
How do we want to outro? Do we want to play the video, or do we just want to do the end of Ferris Bueller? Like
Find one of the
music
cool
video, or-
videos plus Ferris
We
Bueller.
need to get a hold of
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick and see if he'll redo that for us.
You know, hopefully
Play
he's
us
on
out.
Cameo. I haven't seen him do
He's
anything
not.
lately.
I've looked. That was the first
Aw.
time you did that was the first thing I looked for was if he's on Cameo, we'll just have him do it again.
Is there anyone from Hackers on Cameo? Just asking for a reason.
Ooh.
I might be one hop away from one of them. I have to look.
That would
What
be
is that?
fire.
Alrighty.
Where's
Let's give it a
the-
shot.
Yeah.
You still in ATL?
Matthew
Sledge?
Lillard for the win.
Yeah, I'm still in ATL if you were talking to me.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, who's coming with me, man?
Who's coming with me, man?
Who's coming
Who's
with me?
coming with me?
To
I
I
where?
say we play the
Brewer.
video.
I'll go with you.
Alrighty.
Crypto dreams and data streams. Listen close, it's closer than it seems. Break the chains, let knowledge spree. Decrypt the lies, set information free. Sneaky tracks the blockchain's veins. Knows the player's chains and gains. Rallies hard against the status quo. Spreads anarchy with every blow. Havoc, masters, breach and defend. Purple team tactics beginning to end. Builds C2, then unleashes hell. Stealthy ops, no trace, no tell. All key adapts, no challenge too tall. Overcomes the odds, conquers it all. Nothing she can't handle, no firewall too tough. Coding or cracking, she's always enough. CounterSurveil in my ear. Security we engineer. Learn the truth, don't disappear. CounterSurveil, we're right here. Crowd strong sees it all, blocks every attack. Blue team fortress got everyone's back. Protects the field where we love to play. Ensures we'll hack another day. Sledge tears through with red team might. Hammer systems in the dead of night. Popping shells left and right. Never backing down from the fight. Delphi's fortress, no breach, no slack. Takes no shit, defense is stacked. Runs the MSSP, a one-man crew. Goth DJ vibes with a comic view. Hackers with disabilities leading DEF CON. Blue team beast turning threats to gone. CounterSurveil in my ear. Security we engineer. Learn the truth, don't disappear. CounterSurveil, we're right here. Crypto dreams and data streams. Listen close, it's closer than it seems. Fix the flaws, clear out the fog. Protect the world, unleash the logs. Havoc breaches, defends the core. Sledge swings hard, systems hit the floor. Sneaky tracks, unmasking every scheme. Alt key rises, conquering the dream. Crowd strong shields, unwavering might. Delphi stands tall, relentless fight. CounterSurveil, the hacker's creed. Together we rise, fulfilling the need.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.